Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AFK podcast, episode 19. Woo!
I'm
Yay.
tired.
So, uh, this is 19. The main topic I would say before we start would have been for next week, but next week is the Game Awards, and that's going to be huge, so we're doing it this week. So, and also before we jump into the news, a little thing 15th of December. That's next week, isn't it? That's next Sunday. Forza Horizon 4 is delisted from the Xbox Store and Steam.
I was going to mention that in the deal dive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that goes forever. It's £11 on Steam right now, and yeah, just because I know when the next episode comes out, we won't be able to
I
mention it.
think it is
Yeah, and then like the
about
only
£7 on Xbox as well for
yeah,
everything.
it'll be on like
Yeah.
a big sale, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think the only way to get it after that will be old Steam keys
Yeah,
that
need
haven't
like
been redeemed
or
yet,
like a disc, and that's it.
which means it will be purely limited. There is no
Mhm.
like unlimited stock there. These are the last few that will ever exist.
It's one of the best racing games. It's my personal favorite Forza Horizon game, and I don't know about you two, if you prefer 5 or not.
Buy it, batch buy it if you
Always
want
the
to
better one.
redistribute them.
Buy it. It's good. Yeah, that's it.
Just stockpile them all, sell them for slightly higher price, make a small profit.
Mm.
Not a ridiculous price though. Then I'll just say fuck
Oh,
you.
that is illegal.
Well, I
Well,
mean, no
fuck
one's
that.
stopping us. Well, Xbox ain't gonna stop us. Like, what they ain't
It's
making
not
the money for it
piracy
anymore.
if it's not available.
Exactly.
But just download for free, baby.
Nintendo. So, with that out of the way, news time. Woo! Oh yeah. So we're gonna jump straight in. This Friday was the launch of Marvel Rivals, which all of us were very excited about. We mentioned it for the past few weeks. The first ever episode was on the beta, which was now 19 weeks ago.
A long time ago.
Mm. And we've been playing it all weekend.
No,
So,
yeah,
well,
I've
me and
played
Isaac have been.
one day.
Daniel hasn't been able
I've
to,
been busy.
but
So,
we've been playing
I'm
it.
employed
So,
and letting
I
me.
thought we'd all
I've
just
been
share our
enjoying
thoughts.
it, yeah.
So, who'd like
Yeah,
to share
I'll go
first?
first. I was saying, like, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely going to be my go-to over Overwatch if it doesn't, die in the next month.
Week.
I hope it doesn't. It is fun, and I assume with everything they've added and how much they seem to care about the game that they want it to go on.
Mm.
That it's going to be regularly updated, and they've said they're going to add more characters. There's been some leaks as well. Will it be the Overwatch killer, which is the question everyone's asking?
No.
Probably not. I think Overwatch at this point is a bit too big to fail. Everybody knows Overwatch.
Yeah.
But who knows? I guess we'll have to see. It's one of them things where it's really up in the air, but it's unlikely.
Mm.
But I'm happy with it. They need to nerf Iron Fist, but like other than that, all the characters are fun. I don't really have any problems with the game as a whole.
Yeah. And also on the leaked characters I wrote down. So there's been 12 more characters that have leaked overall. There was Blade, who was we've seen the character model for him. All the Fantastic Four, so not just Mr. Fantastic, Ultron, Null,
You know, Joyce,
Deadpool,
it's-
Emma Frost, Jean Grey, Angela, who's like Thor's long lost sister. There's another one. Captain Marvel and Hitmonkey, who
Hell
got an
yeah.
anime show a few years back. So
We should all just watch the
that's
anime
fun.
thing.
It's nice to see there's more characters, but as I think I was talking to you, Daniel, about this. It's cool there's so much they're adding, but could they just run out? Are we getting too much at once? Could you say?
Well, no, because all these leaked things haven't been
'Cause-
released yet, so we
yeah, I
have
know,
no
but
idea what the release
'cause I
system
like
will be like.
because I was saying yesterday to someone where those other characters they showed off in the trailer to keep the game alive. Do you think they should have like drip fed them every week? Like 1 week Wolverine in, next week there's Hawkeye. So then people are still coming back to the game to
Yeah,
play the game.
I think one of the
Because
big pulls for people downloading on launch was the massive roster, so that was definitely
I mean
needed.
there was
Now I
still a
think the
massive
drip
roster.
feeding is the next marketing like ploy they should do. So like drop maybe 2 characters a season, depending on how long a season is.
I think it's
Just
2 months
characters
they
a
said
season.
for a season.
Yeah. So that's one a month.
Wow.
Easy. Marvel has such a massive roster. The multiverse, the Spider-Verse exists. So there's no end to what they can do there. They could have alternative characters like from different things instead of just being skins. Like
Yeah,
with
but I
Yeah,
think
different
then
that's
people
true.
would
movesets,
be
like
like,
different styles, like
why wouldn't it
maybe
just a skin if it's just the same? I mean, I guess you
because
could
if it,
difference
that
it.
literally, did you not hear me just say like different movesets?
Yeah, I was thinking more like Echo.
Selective hearing.
I was thinking Echo Fighters in my head from Smash Bros.
No,
Ultimate.
but no. Like they could have maybe one version of a character's Vanguard, the other's Duelist, like just stuff like that. They have a lot of like room they can work with, pretty easy. And that way, if they did variants of characters, they could also keep the user like interface less cluttered. Just like maybe a button next to a character, just switch their version. Like they can do a lot of stuff with it, especially with a pre-existing IP such
I
as
think something
Marvel.
like that they would just made them their own little icon, just easier than
Mm.
clicking over a button.
Just depends how large because obviously user experience is a big thing. You don't want to be scrolling through 50 pages just to find that one character you've unlocked a skin for, but want to get rid of the marker for.
I mean, I know because obviously in the thing, which I've figured out earlier, is you can like sort it by just the tanks, just the DPS, just the supports. So I guess that
Yeah.
would not
They'd
need
have to do
the
like
thing for that.
filter by group, but even then, that some things would have to rely heavily on Marvel knowledge and stuff. So yeah,
I think
it's all gonna be like figured out over the time. I'm sure. I have faith in them with the style they've been doing. Like a lot of the systems they've implemented have been really good in my eyes.
I like the game. Obviously, they're playing it. It's a lot of the characters do have similar abilities to Overwatch characters, so they all take
Don't
a
know what
little
you mean.
quirk. Like I keep calling Black Widow Widowmaker because she's just basically Widowmaker, and
Yeah. I mean, at the
so
end of the day, though, you
it's
can't.
nice that they're like that because it means they don't need to learn an entirely different person because it's just like, this guy has Genji's dash or something like that, or he has deflect. And it's just like, okay, right, and that, and it's easier, but
At the
I have to
same
play
time,
about
though,
that.
like you can't really patent such broad mechanics, Nintendo. I mean, what? But yeah, no, mechanics existed. These games aren't the first to do them. It's just all influence, and that's what gaming is. It's a creative industry where like some things can influence another. Not like was it the ex-CEO of Activision Blizzard who said that the name was copying?
What was this for
I'm not
rivals?
like that probably.
In a deleted tweet, I believe it was the ex-CEO of Activision Blizzard saying that Black Widow's name was copying Widowmaker. I'll try to find the tweet.
Oh, I thought the tweet was about
I've
him
seen
saying
what you
that Black
mean.
Widow was just copying Widowmaker outright.
No, no, no. He
I
said
didn't think it was the name.
he said in text. He said it's even in the name, Black Widow, Widowmaker.
I didn't know. I just thought it was
This
the
guy is
character name.
like
That
utterly
that is pretty
retarded.
stupid.
I think. Hold on, let me go on Twitch. I
I
believe
definitely
I was
saw
on
the
on
thing
defend now.
about it. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It won't kill Overwatch. It will last at least. I give it a month. I mean, it just depends if I mean they'll obviously still update it, but like even if you still update a game, it can still die.
Yeah.
Like I think the reason why Helldivers 2 lives a bit longer was because it was PvE, which I think maybe made a bit more, and because the community was so big. I mean, this community is also big. They had I read it down
Oh
here
yeah, it's had the same peak as
over
Helldivers.
440,000 players at launch, and then its peak was over 450,000 players. Who it's
Yeah, so
not
that's
small,
like on the same lines as
but
Helldivers.
those other games that we've seen do that, and then they still
Mhm.
die.
Yeah, I might have faith in it. It's
So
also
I
like the
like
Marvel
Pokemon.
IP, so that'll
yeah,
live for a while. People genuinely hate Overwatch so much, and it does keep digging its own grave like a lot.
but then
So
again, people hate Overwatch
whilst
and still play it. So
yeah, but I think that's mostly people who are like competitively high up in it. So therefore, maybe that in itself will extend Rivals' lifetime because the sweats who are addicted to Overwatch will stay on Overwatch, whereas the more casual players may be the more predominant player base in Rivals.
maybe I think for this game, it's more something where we do just have to wait. Like XDefiant, which we'll get onto a minute later because of some music popped up with that game. That game wasn't gonna live because it was a COD clone. It was said to be a COD killer, and COD is too big to kill.
Yeah, but that had no
So I
chance
think
off
this
launch.
one, I think this one could. I mean,
This is like a new
this
cookie
one
in the
is
batch. Like
yeah.
we've not seen something this quality be labeled as a something killer in the past before.
Mm.
It's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Like this one has the better chance of hurting the
Oh yeah,
big
absolutely.
game that it's
Yeah, definitely.
It'll
copying.
definitely. I feel like this
Well,
will
inspired.
definitely put like harm Overwatch's reputation forever. It will always have something like in the future where they'll say, "Oh, you did this. Oh, rivals had this immediately," or just something like that.
Sorry if you hear that
That's
screaming.
this
This
is
is good to
no,
know.
I didn't hear that. But yeah, I think that this has already established a wound, kinda,
I
and it
mean,
will
it
at
did
least
also scare
scar.
them. The beta even did, because I think it
Mhm.
was like a month or
Yeah,
so later, they were
literally, like
like,
a month ago they
66 is
released,
coming back, we're testing it.
which they still
Woo!
have. Have they like fully implemented that yet, or is it just the
They've done the classic game
old
mode,
one?
which is gone,
Yeah.
I believe, which I think was
Yes.
them testing the waters to see.
That wasn't test. That was just old Overwatch. They haven't tested any
Yeah,
of the
but that's
current
just
shit.
safer though to test it like that.
Yeah, I
Be
know,
like,
but it
it's
defeats the
old
whole purpose
Overwatch.
of why they said they were doing it.
Yeah, but we're on about
That
Blizzard
was just a
here.
nostalgia dive.
He ain't
Like
smart.
they said, "Oh, we're doing this to test the waters with the current meta." Like, oh, that's why it's taking so long. We're seeing
So
how it works with current meta. They released the old fucking version of the game.
yeah, but it's cheaper to do as well. Just like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know,
here's all
but
the
they
old stuff.
also just outright lied. You know,
So
They're
the reason
desperate.
in.
of course they're desperate.
Absolutely, yeah. It's Overwatch. It's
Especially now, because
digging its own
supposedly
grave.
the Marvel Rivals character models have been uploaded online.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they're gonna lose on two fronts. One which I'm not gonna say
So
on the
they'll
podcast.
lose the porn side of Overwatch's fan base,
Oh, you're
and they'll lose
ballsy.
the player base. Sorry, the
Yeah, do you
art
see the
side of
little video
Overwatch's
I edited
history.
together? It was like that little video I edited and
I
put on the
might have done,
thing.
I'm not sure.
It's literally just like the tweet fading out of
Oh,
black with some music in the
oh,
background.
I thought that was just a TikTok or something that you
No, no, no.
found.
I just downloaded the music file and just chucked it over
But
because I thought it'd make it
yeah,
more dramatic
that
than just
is.
posting the tweet.
I think when those videos start getting posted on Reddit, Rule 34, and all that, yeah, Overwatch has a competitor on that front.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because those animations go kind of hard, the Overwatch ones. So, but yeah, I think overall, I like Marvel Rivals. It's a kind of
I
game where
enjoy.
Yeah,
it's
I
fun,
am enjoying it.
but it's kind of just fun because I'm playing it with other people.
Yeah.
And the only times I get annoyed at it is because it's multiplayer,
Mhm.
and it's annoying when you play ranked with a Spider-Man who gets 0 kills and won't switch.
Ready?
No, we were just random people.
Just
Me and Callum
random.
were playing it.
Yeah. I mean, I've not even played
It's
like a
annoying.
full hour yet because I've been busy, but
Mm.
I did enjoy it. Like, I think I've enjoyed all the characters as well. Like, I
Yeah.
enjoy the whole like idea of if everyone's OP, no one's OP. I fucking love that. That is
Yeah,
such
I
a
mean,
good thing.
definitely better than
Con-
Overwatch's
yeah.
one OP.
sort of.
I mean,
Sucking
it
off
definitely
like
has
Yeah,
the
three
one who
more
just
characters.
fills
characters,
the gap, and then
like Iron Fist. It's
I mean,
gonna
yeah,
get nerfed to the ground, hopefully, as he should be.
I don't think
He's
he's
so annoying.
like as overpowered as you're
No, he
saying.
is. But
'Cause I think
we
I
have
got
played
fucking
against
punished
many
a
Iron
lot.
Fists, and they
I
are
got fucking
so
punished a
annoying.
lot. At the end of the day, he's completely useless if he doesn't land like
So
part of his combo.
he is annoying.
I think the only thing that there would be like a slightly longer cooldown. And I think he'd be more viable.
Just because he can,
Is that way you're punished for not continuing? Like, if you mess up the combo even
buff
slightly, then
Groot,
you're just
bro.
punished.
Buff Groot.
I haven't actually
Groot
seen
buff.
Groot in the since the playtest.
Oh, Groot.
Yeah, I mean, Squirrel goes fun. She'll get nerfed most likely because she's pretty strong. She's just
Yeah, I
Joker out of
reckon she
this
will.
game. So, I mean, I
Oh,
guess
fuck
she's not
nerfs,
really
bro.
that
Just make them.
strong.
Just buff everyone else. Simple. There we
Yeah,
go. Just keep upping the power levels until it's fucking quadruple digit damage as base. Nah,
but
but I found it fun.
yeah,
Probably it's probably a
I'm sure we'll
multiplayer I'd
probably
definitely
play
play
it a
as
bit
pastime.
more, like maybe another 2 weeks. But
Hmm.
yeah, we'll just have to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Does a
Yeah,
So,
Dethrone Splitgate as my just default multiplayer game to chill on? No, but it's definitely one of the ones. If I wanted to play like a 6v6 shooter, that would definitely be my go-to.
I mean, yeah, someone doesn't really have. I don't really have one anymore. I would have said Overwatch, but I don't
They
want to be
killed
that person
themselves.
ever again. So I guess this is it. But I think if I were to give it a score, 7 out of 10. I was excited because I think the character models to me are the best part about this game. I love the character designs. They're just gorgeous. That's, I mean, there
It
are
is
some which
such a
are a
nice
bit
art
like.
style.
I think Wolverine's is. I would have preferred him just give the suit. You know, like it does feel like they didn't give him the suit so they could sell the Deadpool Wolverine costume for 20 quid,
Mm.
which is a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't really like that, but all the other characters look great. And Psylocke, damn, Psylocke skin too.
And Groot.
What?
Anyway,
What would you give the game, Isaac, if you want to give it a score?
I'd
Out of
probably
10?
give it probably give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's solid.
Mm-hmm. I'd actually, Daniel, but I don't know. Once you play
I've
this,
not
like
even
less
got
than an
enough
hour,
time,
yeah.
so I've played 42 minutes. But so far, I'll just give it an 8 as well. I've been enjoying it.
So we know someone who definitely has been enjoying it because he's played it for like. Actually, should we see how many hours? We're predicting for
Nope.
hours for Callum.
I'll say 42.
I had 9 hours on the day it came out, and you played it more than me.
Um, I'd say 20.
Okay, 20. I'm gonna say 30. Just 30.
I'll say 42.
Okay.
If out of 40, we'll just do it. We'll just all stay around.
Except this loads. Xbox. Fix
All
your
to the
load
nearest
times.
10. I mean, my brother was skeptical of the game, and he's been playing it a bunch,
Mm-hmm.
like recently, because obviously he's had the weekend off.
Yeah.
But then every time I just like get home, I'll just see him playing it in his room.
There he is. Okay, he's currently playing it right now as well with randoms. I remember him mentioning. So,
Not ranked
one
people
day,
stay
14
home.
hours. So
1 day, 14 hours. That's
that's
30. Wait, hold
that's
on.
almost
Yeah.
38. I'm closer. Let's
nah,
go. Fuck you guys.
58 hours. It's not even been a full weekend at this
I
point.
win, baby.
Well, there you go.
Do I get points for that?
You
Do I
get
get a
a
day off?
gold sticker. Plop. There you
Yippee!
go.
But you better edit a gold sticker over me like for the rest of the fucking episode now in the
We'll
video.
see. Okay.
Bro, it's literally a PNG, bro. Do it. Lazy ass
Wow.
motherfucker.
Well, that was Marvel Rivals. Now it's time to move on to something that is. Pardon me.
Ass.
There's something that is shutting down. Actually, no, I didn't think it was Ass. That's XDefiant, which closes
When
in
it's filled
June
with hackers.
2025. Which I played the beta of XDefiant, and it was good. It was fine. Another shooter game. And then it came out, and I had no idea it came out.
What's that say? The most news I
And
ever heard of this game
is it shutting down?
was you Dom and Zach talking about the beta, which I did
Yeah.
not give a shit about. And then that it was riddled with hackers, and then it shut down. That is all the news I've ever heard of that game in my life.
It definitely
Oh, and on the
was.
Marvel Rivals like surveys they put out where like, oh, what other first person shooter have you played? That's about it.
What was that on? But no one fucking picked that.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't play the beta, did you, Isaac? I think it would have.
No, I don't care whatsoever about it.
See, this was meant to be Ubisoft's COD killer, and it wasn't.
They didn't do a
Deceived
good
little
No
job.
robot.
way, you can't take down one of the biggest gaming franchises of all time with a
People are
pretty
severely
mid
addicted to.
shooter game. So, yeah, it died. And I believe there was I think it was almost 200 employees were laid off with this shutdown. I might be wrong on that though. I'll fact check myself later. But people lost their jobs, which is sad. You know, never want people to lose their jobs. But it seems that more people are losing their jobs at Ubisoft because it seems that they're structuring a Tencent buyout in the future.
Come from a land down under.
And Tencent, I think they published Marvel Rivals as well.
I thought it was NetEase which
I think
published.
they developed it. I meant to double check that.
Store page. Published by NetEase, yeah, thought so. Publisher NetEase Games, developer NetEase Games. They also released Once Human.
Don't worry then.
Ooh.
I think NetEase might work some way with the publishing. They might be. The game is currently being developed by Net. Oh yeah, wait. Why did I say Tencent then? Oh, I must go.
Rose
I think
delusional.
NetEase is another. They're both, I believe, Chinese developers, so I might got mixed up in that way.
Racist.
Right.
Racist.
Okay. No. I just saw Chinese developers.
You heard it here first. You heard it here
Stop
first,
being
folks.
racist. I got it mixed
You
up.
heard it here first.
I'm not racist.
Nathan's a
Mexico.
racist.
Oh, they both make mobile games. Who cares? Although Tencent's more like I think gotcha games,
Oh, NetEase is like fully like leaving
whereas
the mobile industry with like Once
yeah.
Human and Marvel Rivals, which are both bangers to be fair.
What's human? Oh,
That was that survival like SCP like game, which is really. It has the Virgil chair in it, so it's based as fuck.
oh, this is probably where I had Tencent. Tencent sued NetEase alleging copyright infringement in 2014. Oh, wow.
Oh, neat.
Cool.
Anyways,
So,
evidently that didn't work out.
Tencent going to buy them, which means that Ubisoft, who already makes the same game every year, is probably going to have to make gacha games because or more live service games as well. Which, say what you want about Ubisoft, they're shit, but like, I mean, I even said they'll probably be gone soon. I'm waiting, they're going to be gone soon.
Literally, when I saw a post like talking about it, and it was just everyone saying that they've preyed on Ubisoft's downfall for like the
Yeah,
past 6 years.
because they're
Nobody
shit.
likes this company.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, like
I
like
saw. I'm trying to find it now.
Reputation in Red Dead, they are beyond fucking like
Oh,
low honor, bro.
yeah. They're like literally off the screen. That's how low honor they are.
They've removed like the definition of honor.
Hmm.
Like,
Trying to find the. I saw a thing
it's
which
funny
it
as
went over
fuck.
like the tweets that, or the statements that Ubisoft said. Trying to find it
Hmm.
now. I might have been on Instagram actually. It was stuff like because where is it? Oh, there it is. So they said obviously they said something in the past like gamers need to get used to not owning their games, which is like what? That's so stupid because
Yeah, ridiculous.
digital games are all about not owning your games. It's about, as I've said in the past, owning a key to play the game, and then they can take that key away from you. The Ubisoft CEO also blames us gamers, for the poor sales
Mm.
of Outlaws,
Always our
a
fault.
game which flopped so bad they had to go in and change the entire stealth system and just remove it, basically. So, like, all the 4 stealth missions were just gone, and you could just shoot your way through. Which is, not great if your game is stealth, you know, missions in it, and you need to remove them all. And then, yeah, stuck sponsored. So, I think the buyout is all down to Assassin's Creed Shadows, which comes out in February. If that game flops,
It
then they
probably
get bought.
will.
Which,
They've not
yeah, because
had
Ghost
a
of
good
Yotei
track
comes out
record
next
with
year.
and that, but they've also not had a good track record
Yeah.
with the previous Assassin's Creed games.
Actually, what
This
was
isn't
Mirage's
based on like
sales?
the fucking like incel hatred towards like there being a black character. It's still very well, it's probably going to end up being poorly written. It is based on real events, so it could be good, but honestly it's Ubisoft, so low hopes.
Yeah, I mean,
They will
Mirage
literally do
was
like a 1D
kind
character.
of mid. Assassin's Creed Mirage was remade, so you're calling it decent games. Trying to see what it's like. I thought Mirage was kind of just a bit mid. I don't think. I think it did fine. It was 50 quid, which was quite nice. Because if that thing was 70, that would have flopped. But I
Yeah,
think with it
probably.
being 50, yeah, 50 quid, or it might have been 40 when I got it. It kind of helped it a bit more.
Yeah.
But this next Assassin's Creed game is not 50 quid, I believe. And yeah, it's just not going to do well. Like you said, Ubisoft hasn't done well in years, and they deserve it. Hopefully, this shows EA to just don't be EA anymore. Fix it. This will show EA to make Titanfall 3. I bet. Like, just saying. So, yeah. Any other thoughts on the Ubisoft thing?
No, I don't
Don't
give
really
Ubisoft
care.
many thoughts.
And neither do I. No one does. So, Ubisoft's gotten in the gutter. Good. Well, except all the talented devs that are being let go from their jobs. So, that was the 30th anniversary of PlayStation this week. And obviously, there's been new additions to the PS5. There's like updates and stuff. And there was a trailer which had at the end something about persistence and showed Bloodborne, and everyone thought, "Oh my god, is this it?" And then nothing happened because Sony hates Bloodborne. And there was also like a awards show kind of thing where they like awarded the best PlayStation games, and um, the FromSoft CEO and Miyazaki was there, and he gave some updates on what FromSoft's been working on, and they have multiple projects in the works, which is quite cool. And he's not directing all of them; he's directing like some of them. And he also stated some news on what Elden Ring 2, and that it's not being considered, but it does not mean. However, this does not mean we are denying the development of the Elden Ring IP. So maybe we'll see something. But yeah, it's cool. There's more From Software, probably to do with Sony because it looks like they're gonna get bought out soon. And yeah, cool FromSoft stuff. I don't think any of us are really that big FromSoft fans. Not to say that they're bad games, because they are not bad games. But
I enjoy it. I've just not played in a while because the only one I played is when I played bits of 3, but Elden Ring was the one I like properly played,
yeah,
and
I
I don't have
liked what
access
I
to
played. I just
anymore.
not good.
No, I was alright. The ones I struggle with were the shit ones, like the Valiant Gargoyles. I will say it once, I'll say it again. I fucking hate the design of that fight. It's shit.
Mm-hmm.
2 enemies which can like cloud the entire arena with gas is fucking
Is it like a
awful.
poisonous gas or?
Yeah, like they'll just like
Oh,
literally they have like a massive
Daniel, your
like
mic's cutting out.
line of poison gas, but it takes up like half the arena. Oh yeah, the internet just went. Are we sorted?
Talk again? Oh, holy shit! Hang on, I'm hitting. Hang on, let me start this real quick. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the next day because of the storm in the UK, which
Nathan's
caused
fault.
It
mine
was
and
the
Daniel's.
FromSoft fanboys. They heard me shit talking the game and they had a paddy about it. Trust me.
So because of technical issues, we've had to delay the episode and stuff. So,
Yes.
as we were talking about, was Daniel was complaining about a Elden Ring boss, and then they got
Mm-hmm.
him, killed him. We'll just skip to the next
I live
thing.
bitches.
That was
I found the
awful.
pipe. I found the pipe bomb.
Yeah,
But yeah.
and we're gonna talk some stuff more to do with Sony and that stuff. They've said some other things.
Great.
So quite surprising in my opinion. Obviously, I think it was last week or the week before we spoke about PlayStation maybe doing a new handheld console, and they've also said that the PlayStation Portal, which released last year, has been a huge success, which is kind of surprising because everyone kind of pooped on it when it came out, but I guess no one really cared, and
It came out.
it released, and I'm surprised that it's done that well, considering I
It
know
was.
no one who bought one. The PlayStation Portal,
Oh yeah,
this
I've not
streaming
heard
thing.
anything about this.
But yeah, supposedly
Like,
Sony
Yeah, me
did well.
neither.
And another thing which I think is good for Sony and in the industry, I guess, is they cannot express how happy they are with the reception of Astrobot. Says Sony Interactive Entertainment's co-CEO Herman Hulst, which I think is good because hopefully this shows them that, oh wait, we don't need to spend 8 years, $400 million on a live service shooter game. We can spend I don't know how, I think it was like 50 million to 80 million maybe. I think Astrobot was 3 years to make a tight, well-received platformer that everyone loves. Wow!
oh yeah,
Like
And yeah,
spending time on a game makes it good.
I know.
having passion for a game makes
It's
it good.
like
It's incredible.
spending loads and loads of money doesn't mean that your game's gonna be good.
It's
So,
almost like game development's an art form. Like
I
fucking
know.
hell, just put some effort
Wow.
in, put some time in, have passion towards it, and it does well. People receive it well. Fucking, people should like developers should know this. It's a bit annoying. We have to congratulate. This is the bare minimum.
Mm.
Like,
Well,
but oh well. At least something's going right.
there was also another thing which I saw this morning, which was it was one of my rivals. 10 million players in 3 days,
Yeah, saw that, and that
which
is
is insane.
That was
incredible.
great.
So just thought we'd mention
And
that
it's well
because
deserved, in my opinion. Like,
yeah.
a lot of effort and passion's been put into that game.
Hmm.
I think I was watching a video where they talked about apparently people were having like one of the big issues was purchasing like the in-game
Yeah.
currency that didn't work on launch, which is shocking because if it were like any other company, they'd have made it that make sure that that was the only working feature.
Hmm.
But yeah, and apparently they put like a little prompt, like in game live, explaining to people that it was fixed, how to fix it, and then step by step how to fix it,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool.
Hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, my little update thing. So now it's time for something that Daniel, you're very happy about with
Mhm.
this. Is that Phasmophobia has hit 1 million players on console in a
Yes.
month. Yes,
Those
it
who don't know,
has.
Phasmophobia is an absolutely banging game. We have all played it. We've all had a bit of fun in it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I haven't played it in a bit of time, but I've been quite busy with like work and uni, moving on to a new module. It's getting closer and closer to Christmas, so work's getting busier.
Mhm.
And I've also got a hell of a lot bigger backlog since the autumn sale, so I've been trying to clear through that as well a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll end up playing it soon anyway.
Mhm. I was gonna
But
say
yeah,
that as
no,
well.
big milestone for console considering it came. I mean, how long has it
Been a
been
little
out?
over a
Like a
month.
month? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a
29th.
good number for a month, like,
Mhm.
especially for an indie game.
Yeah.
So I think that game's been out since 2020 as well. So I don't know the actual PC player count.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
don't know.
didn't follow I didn't follow the social medias back then. I just bought the game, tried to run it. My PC wasn't strong enough, so it just kind of sat in my library for a bit.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm glad to. I
But yeah,
like
no,
it.
good.
Maybe
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
play it again, but
it was surprising to see you playing it, like considering your past with horror games.
yeah, RE4 remake, man, it got me. So yeah, that's and another thing which I never thought we'd ever be talking about this game in a positive way on this podcast.
Oh no.
So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League released in February or January of this year, and it
We're talking
bombed.
about
I
this positive.
remember that.
Season 4's so you know how they have like seasons and they bring in a new
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
They had Miss was it like Mrs. Freeze or something? Whatever her name was. That
Oh,
mid.
Nora Frost.
I think that was. I don't remember her name. But yeah, they did that. But this time, season 4, this is currently a new character. I'll show you if you look in the discussion. This is who they're bringing in season 4.
Um,
Deathstroke. He
oh,
looks
they're bringing
fucking
Deathstroke.
awesome. Look at that design.
Oh, that looks sick. That is actually a really
I know
sick
you can't
They
see
design.
Isaac
definitely need
sadly,
Deathstroke. I'm
but
trying to.
the I think the big issue with a lot of the designs was that they just didn't look good. Then they just looked bad. But that shit slaps. And someone's saying,
That
why
does
didn't they
look
just
pretty
do
good,
this from the
actually.
start? This is what people want. So I was watching. I don't remember the name. It was like Luke Stevens was a channel name, and it was like they should have done this from the start. And then the weirder ones, like the Twitch streamer villain, I think one of the characters were, do that later on. Get the
Hmm.
people's trust, and then make weirder stuff. Do the fan service first, which
Yeah.
they're doing it too late because the game's like, well, it was like £4. So
Yeah,
the
no, they've
three
already
people who
like
bought it in the
realized
sale will be very
it will
excited.
be. Yeah, but no, that is a cool
But yeah,
design, and I hope that they do keep that.
mm,
Like with any, isn't there a new Batman Arkham game supposedly in the works?
rumors.
Yeah,
They
so
was
that'd be a
like,
cool
we
design
want
if
to
they
focus
kept
on
it.
Batman DC wise. Well, they went
Yeah.
specifically Batman, so
Yeah, well, I mean
hopefully.
that's because like Batman's like the most successful character they have probably.
Mm. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's
So
very cool. Like it's sort of anime-esque with the armor, but then you can tell it also has like Western influence.
I get what
So
you
it's like a
mean. Yeah.
very yeah. But yeah, that's a very cool design, and I am a big fan of that.
We
Honestly, I
could
want
we
to play
could
it.
see a No Man's Sky cyberpunk situation coming about.
Um,
Maybe.
Mate, they'd have to do a hell of a lot
Maybe not to the same extent,
I
but a
think
similar
The
sort
main
of.
issue with Suicide Squad to a lot of people
narrative.
was the story.
Yeah,
They can't
which
really fix that.
Cyberpunk didn't have that issue because it had a good narrative. It just had performance issues.
Yeah.
No Man's
Really.
Sky
Just didn't
has
fucking
like
work.
developed. Yeah, no Man's Sky's like developed it. It had room to change that stuff. This had a whole finished narrative by the
Yeah.
time. It was a completely different style of game. So this one, it would be a lot harder of a. And it's also kind of difficult to get, well, to change it considering Kevin Conroy's passing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
maybe not. Maybe they can fix like they could probably pull a few more players in, but I don't think it would have as big a scale as those two games.
Unless they do something like new story packs or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, overall, I I don't. I'm not gonna go out and buy the game because Deathstroke looks really cool.
yeah.
But it's nice that they're trying to fix the game in some way. So
That's always good to hear in this
mhm,
industry. Like
yeah,
in an age where so many games are abandoned, even when they're good. Like
XDefiant, we literally
yeah.
spoke about earlier.
Well, I say I don't know if it was good or not. As
That
I
was
say, the
good.
only
I
news I
liked
heard
it.
was
It just
hackers and
no
shut
one played
down.
it. Yeah, it just came out at a time where
it wasn't needed, and it didn't offer
I
anything super
think
unique.
when did it actually? I don't actually remember when it came out. I believe it came out around when a lot of other games were releasing. Release
Yeah. But yeah, like we
May
even have like
21st.
issues with game preservation nowadays, so to
Hmm.
see things being kept alive with updates, at least in some way, is always a good thing.
Yeah, especially because I thought this
Yeah,
game was gonna get shut down, like
absolutely.
at least in like the end of this year. But no, that comes out December. That comes out tomorrow. So,
Oh, nice.
so. And then to end it off with gaming was just that the Game Wars are this Thursday. So for us, it's I believe at midnight it starts in the UK. I don't know about the times, but yeah, Game Awards. Expect lots of announcements and reveals. We'll
Yes.
be talking about
We,
it on
we,
that week's
we won't
episode,
be
but
watching that, will we?
I'll be
I
watching
The
it.
game
I
on
won't be
Monday.
streaming it though.
What day is it? What
Yeah,
day will it
I
fall on?
was gonna say.
It starts Thursday at Friday at 12 in the morning. So
Oh, yeah, no, I won't be
yeah,
awake for that. I've got uni the next day.
it ends at 4 o'clock in the morning on a Friday,
Yeah, no,
which is a bit weird if I
I
don't want to
won't
save
be.
it till Friday and end it at like 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. But I digress. So, yeah,
Oh, well, I'll just watch the recaps of like I'll just click on the thumbnails which interest me the most when when they put out all the
yeah.
videos like summarizing
I
each
think that's
thing.
the best way to watch it. I
Yeah.
like it's just there are so many ads. It's just a bit boring a lot of it. So yeah, that's gaming done. Game Awards, it's gonna be exciting. So now we'll move on to TV, where again, a bit shorter. We have a lot of Prime related stuff. Walter Goggins
Mhm.
has begun filming Fallout Season 2 last week. Uh, Ella Purnell revealed about New Vegas. They told her to play it, so
Yeah, I think I saw something like the community trolled her into going somewhere where she shouldn't have.
oh, did they?
Let me try and find it. Yeah,
I don't think I saw that.
Pern. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like all I know is it was a place where it's. Is this her? That does not look like her in the slightest. Ella Purnell Fallout. I'll just search that. It's like was it a quarry or something or?
No idea.
I
Played
don't know.
very much of New Vegas.
It's the only one I've played, but I only played like an hour of
Well, why
it.
talk about that? Well, because these are quite short ones. We got Boy Season 5's begun filming. That releases
Mm.
in 2 years, well, 2026. So I guess a year. And then Reacher Season 3. Isaac, do you watch? Do
I
you
really
watch
enjoyed
Reacher?
the first couple of seasons of Reacher. I actually watched them backwards by accident. Um,
How?
but well, because on Prime when I went on it, it put me on season 2, episode 1 to start with, and I didn't realize until I was on like episode 3. So I was just like, I'll just finish season 2, then watch season 1. And honestly, it because they're sort of like isolated stories,
Hmm.
it didn't change too much for me. I feel like it's one of them shows where you could watch the seasons in any order, and it will still all make sense.
Yeah.
As long as you know, like this one happened in the past, this one is in the future. Keeping that in mind. Um, but yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed the. It's not like perfect or anything, but I really enjoy
Hmm.
it. So yeah.
And then we have you found this video yet, Daniel? Because this is one that we're all gonna enjoy.
Um, Now I'm just trying to find out if it's actually her account or not. This is a whole discussion of it's not really her account, so
Yeah.
we'll just ignore that for
Okay.
now.
Because this is the big thing that happened yesterday or the day before. Invincible Season 3 got its
Hell
first
yeah.
Mm.
trailer and the poster that came the day before. It looks
Yeah, first
good.
official trailer. So we had the teaser trailer where they're in the burger
Mm.
place. Burger Mart, I think it's called in the actual universe. But yeah, it looks cool. I'm surprised they showed so much of a certain like small story arc.
Mm. I
Like,
think they're purposefully misleading it. No spoilers, by the way, here, but
Yeah,
I
good.
think they're purposely misleading it for the show viewers, if you
yeah,
know what I mean.
Oh, not the
yeah,
comic
yeah.
book readers. Oh.
No, they could obviously, subvert expectations and completely change the overall arc of the season, but considering the way they've gone so far, I don't think they will do that. I
Yeah, they
think it
have
will just
kept it
be,
like to the plot.
yeah.
Which is why I was surprised they showed so much of the Nathan, you've watched it, haven't you? The
The trailer?
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they showed a lot of the Cecil and Mark stuff.
Yeah, because that was the poster that they
Yeah.
revealed. Was him
Like
like holding
even
them
when
up.
that poster revealed, I was very shocked that they revealed it. I know it's like a smaller story arc from what we will be getting, because me and Isaac, for those of you aren't aware, we know quite a bit about the Invincible like comics.
Mm.
So yeah, we won't spoil anything, but yeah,
Mhm.
we were just quite shocked that they showed all of that arc, pretty much. Well, no, there's definitely more to it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I had no idea what was going on, except that Mark was angry at Cecil, and then there was the kid. What was his name? What was he called? Like Kid
Oliver.
Omni-Man or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Omni-Man. Yeah,
So, and then
which
obviously we
is
saw the Black
also
Widow
from
suit
the comics.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end. I'm excited. When does it come out? February 6th? Is it?
6th.
We
Yeah.
will be
I
there.
heard that we will get a second trailer on January 22nd, which I believe is Invincible's birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Very
Um,
nice.
because I had seen that we were getting one the weekend just gone,
hmm
and I think I said to you, Nathan, that we should be getting one this weekend. And we did.
Might have
So
done.
if that is to be believed, then there is another trailer coming at some point.
Good. Hopefully this. Although there is no mid-season break, thankfully. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
No,
that's
there
what
isn't,
I
which is
learned from
good.
that mistake.
Good. Like that was such a stupid idea, and the reasoning was even worse. So yeah, Invisible Season 3, February 6th next year. We'll be talking about it when it all finishes, 'cause it's just easier.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's all TV.
Yeah.
Unless you guys have something that I've forgotten there.
Um,
I
Not
don't
I
think
can
there
think
is
no, I
off
don't
much.
think
my
so.
head. I've slept since I scrolled through social media yesterday, so
We want to film, which
Yeah, I
is
don't
also
think there's
incredibly
anything else.
short. Isaac, you told me that
Yes,
yesterday. It's a Star Trek anniversary.
it
Even this
is.
week, Daniel. Yeah.
Now I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but obviously we had the complications. So yesterday, on the 8th of December, it was, I believe, 30. Is it 35 or
45th.
45? 45 years since the original Star Trek the Motion Picture released. Now that is a pretty dooky film. However, I think it puts it in perspective how long Star Trek's been around, because that wasn't the first Star Trek media that there was. It was a few years before that. But I just figured it was, a nice homage to everything within Star Trek, especially the actors who, in the recent years, have passed away, like Nichelle Nichols. Um, and I was really happy to see that Star Trek is still around today, and it's been around for almost 50 years now, I think.
It's got to be over
So
50 years. When did the. What was it?
it might be over 50 years.
Well, when did the show come out? Because the show obviously came out before the
69.
film.
So yeah, it is over 50 years.
damn, quite a long
Yeah,
time.
So yeah. And then,
better
small
than Star
thing.
Wars anyway. So.
Wrong. I
Modern
mean,
Star Wars, I agree. Old Star Wars, I
probably.
don't.
There's not really that many good Star Wars movies,
And the
but there are
Jedi
some good
game.
shows. So, and then the last thing is just Sonic 3 is multiple post-credit scenes. We can't really need this, but yeah. Stay for the credits. And that's it.
We've still got to figure out when we're going to see it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll figure it out soon. And then we'll review it, because we will. And I will give it 10 out of 10. So,
So
yeah.
now you'll switch to Saturday. I'll get called in because I won't have books or something. I won't be able to get the day off.
So, yeah. Sonic Movie 3, post-credit scene. Probably going to be Silver being teased, because it makes sense. But yeah. That's it for news. And it's time for our main topic now. Our top
Yippee.
10 favorite TV shows. So if you all have
Yeah.
your lists ready, Daniel, you'll go
Mm.
first, then Isaac, and then me.
Yeah, right. Let me load up my notepad. So, obviously, I'm not the big TV guy of the group. That's been pretty obvious over a few things. Like, I am more of the gaming side primarily. I do watch TV. I have studied like media and stuff, but like overall, it's not my go-to. However, I have made the list. I do have 10 shows that I could think of, which are in my top 10. I've probably forgotten a few, so yeah. But either way, let's get straight into it with my number 10, which will be Breaking Bad. I think it's a show that we all agree is a really, really good show.
Yeah.
And no one can deny it is incredibly well written. I love the characters. Jesse is probably my favorite character, though you've probably heard that from a lot of people. And yeah, just really like the first few seasons. I'll admit it took me a while to get into it, like the first couple. So I think I watched part of the first one,
Yeah.
dropped it for a bit, but then I got back into it,
My
and
dad
then I
was
just
like that.
binged it.
He only liked
Yeah.
it until like the fourth season, which is mad. But
I don't know. I started enjoying it like towards this properly being invested to the point where I binged it like midway through season 2, kinda.
yeah,
But yeah, but season 1, that was when I took a break. I think I started it in year 9, and then picked it back up halfway through year 10. So yeah, and then watched it like maybe an episode a day. Got to a point, just binged the series, and it is phenomenal. And the ending is one of my favorite TV show endings out there. And even El Camino, like that, people say I think that was it was a kind somewhat necessary spin-off just
It was
for
a good ending,
closure. Yeah,
but for
the
Jesse,
two
yeah.
good endings. Yeah,
I
so, yeah.
mean, everyone's
I
judging
respect
it
them.
to what people herald as the greatest TV show of all time. They're like,
Mm,
that's not as good. It's like, well, yeah, because Breaking Bad's
yeah.
a fucking masterpiece.
Not to mention with the type of
Yeah,
show it is, having it be in episode format allows you to do so much more with characters. Whereas film, you're restricted quite a bit. But
yeah.
even then, they did a really good job, in my opinion. I really like the ending with Jesse's character and how it all plays out.
hmm
So yeah, that is why Breaking Bad is my number 10.
Right, Isaac.
So I actually struggled quite a lot with this. I won't. There's not a lot of shows I've actually watched which I've really enjoyed. I only managed to scrounge up about 11
And
altogether,
then all
which is
Star
enough, of
Trek.
course. But yeah, so my number 10 is something I've spoke about on this channel before, for quite a few weeks, I think, and it's from um, the newest season finished recently, and I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy everything about it. In all honesty, I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but the mystery is good. Majority of the characters are interesting, and I think overall it just has a great story. And I think it is getting 5 seasons altogether. I know season 4 has been confirmed. I'm looking forward to it. Um, I'm pretty sure everyone else in the community is as well. I just really enjoyed the show. It's probably one of the best mystery sort of shows I've watched. In that sort of sense where everybody's in the sort of same boat, and you don't really know what's going on. So yeah, that's why I put that at number 10.
Very nice.
Mhm.
I have my number 10. I have The Amazing World of Gumball.
Hell yeah.
This show's just really fun. I think out of the big three of Cartoon Network with Gumball, Adventure Time, and Regular Show, they're all amazing, but Gumball was the one I watched the most. And a lot of fun episodes. All the characters are great. I love. It's not really an art style because everything's just like
Different.
they all so different, but they all fit into this world so perfectly
Mhm.
well. And it's funny. That's it. Yeah, Gumball.
Fair enough.
It's peak.
That's fair dues, right? Number 9. And in my number 9 spot is one which got me into my favorite game, so had to be on here. It is Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
hmm
It has such an amazing I mean, the world of Cyberpunk in itself is incredible in every media that it's in. Like the show, the game, the tabletop game, even it's all really well done. It captivates me so easily. But I also really love the story of David and the crew and the individual characters themselves. Like they are just really, really well written, and you care so much for them, and you leave San devastated. So yeah,
Nice.
love the show, and that is in my number 9.
Still need to finish it. Alright, got to like episode
You
7.
should, man.
Uh,
Peak,
my number 9
peak depression.
is Sherlock, but it's the BBC version of Sherlock with
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Mark Watson, whatever his name is.
It's Martin
What's his
Freeman.
name? Martin Freeman. That's it.
Couldn't have been
Close
more
enough.
wrong.
Um, yeah, I've only watched this series I think 2 times, but it's one of them things where it's just it's unironically funny when it's not trying to be funny because it's just stupid. I mean, this isn't massive spoilers, but in one of the episodes, Sherlock just gets a gun and starts shooting people. Don't know why. It's not explained till the end of the episode why, but it's just random. but it also just fits perfectly for what it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it at number 9.
Well,
I
anyway,
understand what you mean. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
my number 9 is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah.
Banger. And I love animation. I mean, I think half my list is animation, and anime is something I've gotten big into this year, and that's thanks to JJK. I think season 2 is some of the best action and animation ever on Showcase. Like, it is absolutely stunning. I think the story, it's good enough. It works. The characters, they're all likable, but it's the animation, man. It is so good. Like, it's insane what they're able to do. And, obviously, there's a lot of uh, controversy behind it all, which hopefully Mappa will fix in season 3. They probably won't because they're a big corporation, but yeah,
Mm.
it's absolutely
Corporate
something to
scum.
watch. Like, if you don't like anime, just watch it. It's
Yeah.
stunning. So yeah, number 9.
Will not be the last time we see Jujutsu Kaisen on
Oh
this
yeah,
list, I'll tell you.
we might see
But
it in December as well for season 3. Well, this month.
hmm oh yeah, absolutely. I think it was not 13.
I think
Was
it's
it
meant to be the
19?
21st I saw or something.
Okay, yeah. Around that time, like
Mhm.
towards the last third of the month. So stay tuned. But yeah, right, and that means Isaac went second. Yep. Okay, so that means next up is number set
8.
number 8. Sorry. Yep. No maths. It's gone out the window. Allow it. I'm tired. It's my day off.
Mm.
Here we have Invincible. Literally,
Yep.
we just mentioned it, and it is my number 8. I think it is. I just enjoy. I look. This is like one. I don't know how to put this. I really love like the colors in it. I don't know what that does something in my brain, like the colors in the show kind.
Mhm.
I really like the color palettes they use. That's something which I always think of. But then I also really love the narrative, like especially when it involves like Omni-Man and Invincible, Mark and Nolan.
Mhm.
Like I think their interactions are great. The whole Viltrum like plot line is amazing, and I absolutely cannot wait for season 3.
Yep.
Like, because we are getting into like, if you've enjoyed the last 2 series, these next couple seasons are going to fucking blow your socks off.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, that is my number 8.
I was going to put Invincible on my list, but there's just stuff I like a bit more. But it is incredibly well written, that show.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Like, even when it has like the more like
Um,
off-brand bits like that aren't related to the main cast, I still find it like interesting in some way
Mhm.
because the
I
characters I
agree.
want to like them.
Isaac?
Right?
My number 8 is one of many variants of this. Star Trek Enterprise.
That's the first one.
Um,
Yeah, let's
it's
get
the
it to
first
tally
one.
up.
Um, this show is widely regarded as the worst out of the older shows. Um, but it was the first show I fully watched for Star Trek, and it honestly made me fall in love with it as a whole. Um, I think it does a really good job, and I don't think it gets enough credit for doing this, of showing how unprepared um, the humans were to explore space, and it really shows how the Vulcans were right. You guys don't understand what this means, but it shows that the Vulcans were right, but throughout the series, it comes to show that maybe the Vulcans being right and the humans being wrong wasn't the worst thing, because over time they sort of work out what to do. It sort of evolves through the show into what modern, I say modern, I mean like 80s main Star Trek. It evolves into what that is. Um, and it is probably my favorite out of the newer sort of Star Treks as well.
Okay. That's the
Yeah,
first Star
so.
Trek show.
It is, yeah. Wonder how much of the list is going to be Star Trek.
Mhm.
All
My number
right,
8
Nathan.
is another animated show, but it's a peak one. The Spectacular Spider-Man. Ooh. For a long time, Josh Keaton was my Spider-Man. He's been dethroned by Yuri Lowenthal, but he's still great. And I just think the show has a killer intro, one of the best. I think a lot of the character designs are quite cool. I love the animation, and this is, I guess, similar with like other shows that'll be on this list. Nostalgia. and I like the little story arcs. The Venom story arc was great. I just love the show. It's just very. I like it so much. That's it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, that's good. I probably would have. I'm just not too fond where it left off, but obviously that's due to
Yeah,
the cancellation.
Disney's fault that is.
Yeah,
They fucking bought them
but
out.
yeah, the Venom arc was great. And
Mm-hmm.
even you were saying like, oh, you're defending it with nostalgia. It's your list, man.
Yeah.
Come on, we're not saying this show is absolutely better than the other because I
And
said
it's just when I'm trying
that
to
these are
say
just what
why
we
I like
prefer.
it, it's just like I just like
Yeah,
it. I'm not a
yeah, no,
TV show person that much. So,
but
but
yeah,
yeah,
no.
Isaac. Oh
Right.
no, Daniel. Sorry, number
Yeah,
7.
no, we're all learning the blue thing. Right, this one is one you guys are probably, at least Nathan would be expecting to be on there. Marvel's Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love the Netflix series Daredevil. It was great. All 3 seasons were peak. Season 3 was just, mwah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I got right. I originally like stopped. I watched the first 2 seasons. I thought, right, I should actually go watch all the other stuff and watch it all chronologically. Watched a bit. Decided after I finished Defenders, because you kind of need to. I think you do need to watch Defenders to understand season 3.
Mm-hmm.
But once I did that, immediately skipped everything else that took place chronologically. Just went straight to season 3,
Fair enough.
and it was great. And not to mention, I just absolutely love Charlie Cox as like an actor. I
Mm-hmm.
think he does a phenomenal job in this show, especially that last. Have you guys watched Daredevil?
No.
Yonks ago. I do really want to rewatch it. I keep
I
saying I will, but I
absolutely
just don't.
recommend it. I absolutely recommend it. That final season, that final episode, man, is just
And
yeah.
now we're getting season 4, kind of.
I absolutely can't wait for it. That they better not fuck this up.
If they fuck
I
this up,
don't think they
there's gonna be
will.
so many people pissed.
They are so involved. They know how much people love the show, and they've done it right for like so what, like 3 seasons
I
already.
mean,
Surely
they
they can't
fired
fuck it.
all the writers and stuff. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
hopefully
mhm.
it's good.
The last project we saw like passion put into with it was Marvel's or the Daredevil Wolverine. Well, that's where we saw like how Disney's restrictions went against the passion, and I think that did a good job. So yeah, I've got faith.
Yeah.
But yeah, the action scenes as well though are just the hallway fight
Oh,
scene. You'll immediately know what I'm on about if you've watched Daredevil.
even if you've
Like
just
the
seen
first
clips,
season, yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
even the
one of the
clips,
most
yeah,
iconic
that is it.
arcs.
It's incredibly iconic like thing, which has been like replicated a few times. I feel like it was definitely there's probably has been films which have done like length out ones like that, but that
Yeah.
definitely sets standard in media. So yeah, that's my number 7. Isaac, on to you.
My number 7 is, funnily enough, Star Trek Voyager.
There's 2.
Um, Voyager is by no means my favorite out of all of them, and I know quite a lot of people shit on it because there's quite a lot of memes that come from it. Not as many as the Next Generation, but there is quite a lot. I honestly found Voyager really sort of comforting in the sense that I don't get with other Star Treks. I think it's mainly because they're just completely isolated. Everything, each episode is completely new and foreign, which is quite different to all the other Star Treks. For context, Voyager is flung to the other side of the galaxy, nowhere near the Federation, so they don't really have any allies. I think all the characters are good. Neelix gets a lot of hate, but I actually think he's a solid character. Um, Other than that, I mean, I think all the older Trek shows are good, and they're all sort of in this list. But Voyager is not the best, but it's also not the worst, which is why I've put it at number 7.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. My number 7, I have Gavin and Stacey. Show that
I was wondering
I
after this.
mentioned before, I believe. And
Hmm.
yeah, just another one of those comfort shows. I've rewatched the show many times. I watch it with my parents a lot because they watched it when it came out, and it's funny, it's quotable. I love to quote Nessa and Bryn all the time, and the the show's finale comes out on Christmas Day at 9 p.m. So if you didn't know that somehow and you're a Gavin and Stacey fan, there you go. So yeah,
Lovely Christmas present.
which I'm very excited for, as well as the Wallace and Gromit special. Let's go. But yeah, Gavin and Stacey. It's on iPlayer. You should
Right.
watch it. It's good. It's short too.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
It's number 6.
Right. So now we are on to the number
6.
6. Yeah, you just said I'm
Mhm.
stupid, right? So next up is one of my comfort shows as well, kinda. Spy X Family. This is an anime which I got. This is like probably I've probably been like on a big like train of like action anime up until this point, like JoJo and all that.
Mhm.
So this was like a break from it, kind of, and I really enjoyed it. Like that I know season 2 is not as good as season 1 by any means,
Mhm.
but season 1, it's just a really wholesome anime, and that's the type of anime I quite enjoy. My two favorite types are like super wholesome, then super action packed. It's very weird, and this kind of blends them a little. The whole spy side of it and assassin side of it, like it blends them really well, and I just enjoy it. So yeah,
Yeah.
not to mention I find like Yor is one of the most wholesome characters in anime.
Yeah. I didn't
So yeah,
finish season 2. I liked season 1 though,
yeah,
but maybe I'll
might just
get
be
back
like
to season
yeah, just get through it, and then you can watch season 3 when that comes
and the
out.
film because she's on
And the
Crunchyroll.
film, yeah, I enjoyed the film, and that was like didn't have any source material, so they really did well with the characters there.
Isaac, it's your
Right.
turn.
Number 6.
Let's get the tally ready.
Funnily enough, it's not actually Star Trek this
Oh,
time, but it is one of my childhood shows,
My day's ruined.
Gravity Falls.
nice.
Um,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's Gravity Falls. I don't really think there's much else to say.
Yeah, no, I
Mm,
100% agree with that.
It
yeah, we
is.
all do.
I rewatched it about a few months ago, probably a bit longer than that now, but I did rewatch it not too long ago, and it is still as good as I remember it. A lot of the humor still hits, not as much, of course, but especially Grunkle Stan's humor.
Oh, that
I
hits
find that
so
quite
much
funny.
better.
Mhm.
And all the episodes are great, despite having some which, aren't, super interesting. I don't know if that's the correct term, but it doesn't have many which are misses. I'd say there's like 2 which aren't very good, but they're still like 3.5 stars out of 5. It's just a great show, and I really enjoyed it,
That's
and I
completely
still
fair.
do. So that's why it's a number 6.
Mhm.
Right, very nice. Nathan, your turn.
No, it's your turn. Oh no, it's my turn, isn't it? Oh yeah,
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm completely lost.
This guy.
I was playing with some dice. Sorry. Number 6. Now I'm kind of a show, but it's only the first 3 seasons, and it's SpongeBob SquarePants. I grew up with this show. I literally can't think of a time where I was not watching SpongeBob SquarePants. And it's because those first 3 seasons are perfect. They are some of the best seasons of comedic television ever. Like, there is not a single episode in at least season 2 which is not memorable, has some iconic meme or line from it, which is just plastered all over the internet. And it's great. Like, every year, I rewatch the first 3 seasons and then the film, and then go, wow, that was such a cool ending. I wish that they did. Well, I'm glad they didn't make any more. So it's not like it's on season 20 or whatever the fuck it's on now. But yeah, it's funny and I like it. Yee.
Fair enough.
Number
Nice.
5.
Yep. And for my number 5, it is one I actually watched recently. This is the second to last anime I have recently watched, which is Attack on Titan. Dom couldn't stop recommending it. Well, no, he didn't recommend it much, but he only mentioned it a couple of times. But I decided the anime community talks about it a lot, so I thought he's said it's good. Community hails it really highly. I'll watch it, and my god, the writing is fucking brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, going back and just watching things, like, you notice so much more. It is such a good anime. I won't spoil anything because Nathan, you should really watch this. And honestly, Isaac, if you want to get into anime, this is one I think you'd enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, the writing is phenomenal. The twists and turns. First season, you're like, oh, I know exactly where this anime is going to go. You do not. I can confidently tell you, you do not know where this is going.
I like a show like that.
Yeah, and not to mention the fucking music. Like, even if you just like been scrolling through, you have definitely heard the music from Attack on Titan before.
Mm-hmm.
At least like one of the many tracks. Like, it is so good. It's weird because it's like a blend. There's 3 different languages you'll encounter in it. Because obviously Japanese, and it's quite common for Japanese artists to incorporate English. but then German. Like there are three languages in the music. It's fucking brilliant. Like yeah, cannot recommend it enough. Easily my number 5. The only disappointment, this is like a Marmite situation. Some people do like it, some people don't. I'm in the people who don't. I'm not too fond of the ending, but honestly, that's fine. I'd still highly recommend the show. So yeah, Isaac, your turn. Isaac.
Number 5. Funnily enough, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Um, this was the first one I watched out of sort of the golden age of Star Trek. And I mean, it's the next generation. It's a classic. I just really enjoyed it, a bit more than Voyager. And it definitely introduced me into a lot more Star Trek, sort of how it works more than Enterprise. Because, like I said, Enterprise was sort of it developing. Next generation is what happened when it's developed. Yeah, and it's just the next generation. Like it's like peak Star Trek. So it had to be put in here somewhere.
Mhm.
That's fair
That's
enough.
it. That's literally it.
Was that the last time we'll see Star Trek?
Probably not.
Perhaps.
I know exactly one show that is going to be on Isaac's list for sure.
Mhm.
Because I remember him watching it and us talking about it a bit. But yeah, right, Nathan, your turn.
5. We have What We Do in the Shadows. I've mentioned this before because I thought Disney was going to release season 6, but they're not in the UK anyway, which is annoying because it's the last season. But oh well. This show's awesome. It's definitely dropped off in the last season or two, I would say, but those first 3 seasons are so good. Like again, Laszlo's great. Laszlo's the best character in that show. He's Matt Berry, if you don't know. A lot of quotable lines, and you definitely have heard his like jokes and stuff somewhere, but it's funny. All the characters are great. Like I've said, it does drop off a little bit, but I don't really care. It's mainly about the characters, and they carry the show. So it's my number 5. Number
Fair
4
enough.
time.
Yeah,
Woo!
and number 4, we have had this mentioned in the past on Nathan's list. So this is my turn. Jujutsu Kaisen. I really enjoy this. Uh, it's such a fun like little like it's like the serious moments and as a goofy. Like obviously season 2 dials it up a lot in terms of the more edgy like side of things.
Mhm.
But no, I still really enjoy like Todo alone makes this one of my favorite shows. He is fucking like pinnacle of an anime character.
Mhm.
And the anime, Nathan said it before, I'll say it again. The animation is just
It's so good.
fucking Thunderclap Part 1 and 2 are some of the best fucking like animated episodes in all of anime.
Just
Like
animation
it,
in general, I'd probably say.
yeah, honestly,
That's
yeah.
stunning.
Like that whole fight between them is just so good.
Mhm.
So yeah, I cannot recommend this enough. If you aren't an anime fan, you just want something to try and get into it.
Then
This
watch
is
Chainsaw Man.
really easy.
Chainsaw
No,
Man's
I would
great.
recommend this one more because it is a bit easier to
Don't
digest.
watch Chainsaw Man. That's weird.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man's like jumping
It's
into the deep
goated,
end.
but it's weird as shit.
This is if you're obviously this isn't like the shallow like area. It's still a bit in depth, but it's I think if you are willing to go into that depth and you have like a willing outlook in life, this will help you get into anime. So yeah,
I hope that
it's
they
like
do
fun.
Chainsaw Man well.
Yeah, this is really fun, amazing animation, and Todo's the goat. So yeah, that's all you need to go. Pinnacle of a Jujutsu sorcerer.
I was gonna ask you
Right.
actually, when do you think we'll get the Reese film for Chainsaw Man?
Apparently, we're supposed to get some news the same day we get news on Jujutsu Kaisen season
Because I
3.
think when they fully animate Part 1 of Chainsaw Man, it might knock off JJK if they do it well. Because I love Part 1 of Chainsaw Man. But yeah, enough about Chainsaw Man. Isaac, Part 4.
Mhm.
Part 4? Fourth.
Number 4. This is a show I only watched quite recently. Game of Thrones. Well, at least like the first half of it anyway. Um, the first like I'll say the first 7 seasons because 8 kind of don't talk about that one. But for the most part, the show is like I don't know how to describe it, but I think it's perfect. I wouldn't put it at number one because it doesn't mean loads to me. Like I don't really have a connection with the show. It's just a really good show, which I really enjoyed watching, and have rewatched a few episodes here and there since, which I don't usually do with shows. Um, but yeah, it's another one I just really enjoyed, and think it is really good. So I put it there.
Fair enough.
Alright, my number
Right,
4, I have the first half of Top Gear. Oh, the Top Gear with the original trio is my number 4. Again, nostalgia. There was a time when I was a child when my granddad tells me this all the time about when I would have to he'd try and get me to eat food. He'd have to put on Top Gear to distract me so then I would eat because I couldn't without Top Gear. And it's got its controversies and stuff, but I don't care. I love it so much. The old Top Gear, not the new stuff. But, like Top Gear definitely fell off when they left, and
Agreed.
like that's not like a bold statement to say, but you know I never thought I always really liked the Grand Tour, but it just never hit like Top Gear hit. Which everything's great. The specials are awesome. It's funny. Yeah, it's just really good. I love it so much. And I've definitely rewatched. It's probably one of the shows I've rewatched the most, or maybe until my second pick. But yeah, it's awesome. So, time for number 3.
Yeah, right. And for my number 3, this is one which this like carried kind of lockdown for me. I really enjoyed this watching it for the first time. So I didn't get into many shows. I didn't have to all these channels that everyone had. I had like something like what's it? I don't even remember what it's called. Like, it was the one which had like scrambled on every Saturday. What was that?
Oh, wasn't that an ITV?
I think it was CITV.
That might be it.
The ITV's just triggered. I think it's CITV. Yeah, that was like all I watched for like shows when I was a kid. I didn't have like Disney and all that. I didn't have Netflix stream service, so yeah. But I watched this when I got Netflix, and this is a really, really good like series. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I really enjoy it. It's got a lot of fun episodes. It's also really well written.
Hmm.
And my God, Zuko is one of the best like antagonist turned protagonist like in writing,
Hmm.
as well as Uncle Iroh. Uncle Iroh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've not watched this show, I cannot recommend it enough.
Hmm.
It is really good. And if you think, oh, it's just a kid, it is not just a kid show, bro. We get genocide in the first like episode, bro.
Is it still on Netflix?
I believe so. I've actually
I
just
know
got
it's on Paramount
Netflix
Plus.
again.
If
I've got,
if you've somehow got that,
Mhm.
but
I, I do have
that's a great
Netflix.
show.
I do
I
have
haven't
access
watched
to
that show in
Netflix though.
ages. That's another one I really want to rewatch.
Yeah, it's really
With
good.
the more
Last Airbender. Yeah, it's still on. I think.
analytic mindset
And
thing.
they did a live action,
Image
which I need to check
changing.
out. I don't know how
I
the
don't know.
reception for that was.
I hear that
I heard
was
like it
not great.
mostly good, but not entirely. I still hear there was a bit of. So yeah, I need to check that out. But yeah, Avatar: Last Airbender, the animated one, is easily my number 3. Isaac?
Number 3. Star Trek
Oh,
Deep
there's another
Space
one.
Yeah,
Nine.
it's Marcatelli.
Yeah,
This
is that
this
4?
is the last Star Trek on the
Okay.
list. Um,
Oh damn, I can't get
so
bingo.
Until number 1.
so I mean Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek. I prefer. I think all the characters are good. All the characters are interesting. It was definitely. It was considered at the time progressive Star Trek because it was, I believe, the first TV show to show a lesbian kiss.
Damn.
Live, not live, obviously, but like a lesbian kiss.
Mm.
It also had a black captain, which was, for the time, this was quite huge,
Mm-hmm.
and quite a diverse cast of species. I think it has the most diverse like cast of species. When I say that, I mean like in universe species. Obviously, you don't have like
Yeah,
apes walking around or whatever.
yeah,
But
no, I understood.
it's. I mean, it's unlike a lot of the other shows. What happened the week before sort of sticks around a lot longer because in some episodes, like something will happen in the next generation, for example. Something will happen, then it won't get revisited for like another 3 episodes,
Mhm.
and then sometimes they don't even go anywhere. But in Deep Space Nine, I think almost like all of the storylines and story arcs are finished quite well. Um, Especially the Dominion War. I think that's one of the best story arcs in the entirety of Star Trek. And I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, but Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek. I think it's the best one out of all of them. And I'm probably going to rewatch it again pretty soon. So yeah,
Mhm.
See if that
that's
opinion
that's why
stays,
it's
which it
number
probably
three.
will.
All
Nathan?
right. Number 3. Obviously, it's appeared before. It's Breaking Bad. This shit's a fucking masterpiece. Season 3 to 5 are some of the best pieces of media ever. Because, like you said, Daniel, the ending is incredible.
Mhm.
And again, this is a show which I feel like for many years, my mum and my grandparents loved this show, which I feel like that definitely amped it up a lot before I watched it. Like, my granddad looks like fucking Walter White, and he has the hat which I now own and stuff, which is maybe that bumps it up a bit, but it doesn't, because Breaking Bad's absolutely incredible. And if you
Yeah.
like, if you somehow never seen this show, like, get on it. I think out of everything, this is the one to watch, and it's just incredible. It's a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. It's perfect. Like, yeah, just watch it.
Yeah. I'd also just want to say, like, if you're a media student, I'd definitely
Oh
recommend it.
yeah.
Just pay attention to the writing. This will set you up for like a lot of like success if you just pay attention. It
Mm.
make marks of what it does good and does better. It is a really good
And it's
show.
some of the best
Right.
characters ever as well, and best villains.
hmm
Gus Fring, bro, they cooked. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito gives it his all as well. Like, it's really, really good.
So now number 2.
hmm All right, number 2. Nathan's gonna roll his eyes at this one because I've recommended it, but I enjoy this film. A few of my other friends do as well. It's
Film.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, not film, I mean series.
hmm
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like it's my comfort show. Like,
hmm
you've got yours, this is mine. I've rewatched it like 5 times. So yeah. I just really enjoy it. I can't say the characters are just so fun. I love the dynamics between them. The heist episodes are peak. Like, just can't say much more.
Yeah. I didn't hate
So
it when I
yeah.
watched it. I just didn't really. I just can't be arsed watching anymore. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
that's
get back to it, but
yeah. I recommend it because it is really fun.
mm,
Is you on it? But yeah, it's fun. The Halloween heist episodes are like some of my favorite, and I think that's like a common consensus. But yeah, because they are just great. And yeah, it's just easy to rewatch for me. Love it. It's my comfort show. Number 2.
fair enough. Isaac. Isaac.
Number two. Now, I put this quite high up, but it's because around this time last year, actually, I started watching this show, and it's Invincible. The first season of Invincible, I don't know, it was like you're freezing to death, but then you have warm diarrhea, and it just saves you, you know?
What?
I think that's the best
That
possible
is not the
analogy
analogy I
I
was
can
expecting.
What?
I can use for this. But the first season of Invincible is like 12 out of 10. The second season's like 10 out of 10. The rest of the seasons are going to be other numbers in 2 digits. So I don't know. Just Invincible is just like it's one of them things I don't really watch loads on. If you know what I mean. Like with some things, you watch loads of videos on it, you
hmm
learn loads about it. Because I sort of did that to start with, but then I realized that I'm sort of spoiling it for myself, so sort of stopped. Like I know what's coming,
That's why I don't watch stuff on it.
but not massive. For like the next couple of seasons, I could probably predict with somewhat good accuracy what's coming, but after that, I really don't know. Um,
hmm
because it's just so good, I want to experience it, you know? So that's why I put it at number two. Very good show. The first season, I think, is possibly one of the best seasons of TV, especially the ending, anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I put it there.
It's like a warm diet. That
I'm
is
still like
Yeah, trust
mad.
wrapping
me,
my head
trust
around
me.
that analogy.
You
That
don't
is
you don't
a weird
I
one.
understand.
don't get what you
You don't
mean.
understand. Exactly.
I get what
You
he's
can't
trying.
experience the
Is it
feeling
because of the?
I felt.
I know what he's trying to say. It's just why. That's just, that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around.
The
Why?
feelings I felt last year around Christmas are unmatched. I don't think I'll ever feel that
I
again.
think that just means you were
That
ill.
was just like,
Yeah.
no, I
Is it
wasn't.
warm
Nah,
diarrhea?
you don't understand. You don't understand. You can't understand. It's
Anyway,
indescribable how good it was.
enough about warm diarrhea and whatever Isaac gets up to in his free time.
Come on, Nathan.
I have the Office American version. I like
Can't wait
yeah.
for the UK version to be your number one.
I've not actually seen the UK one. I've seen like the odd episode or two. I can't get to it, but yeah, I love the show. Michael Scott is one of my favorite characters ever. Now I do again think this show drops off in season 8 and 9, but we're not talking about those ones because those never happened. I skip them. But yeah, this show is so much fun. I love all the characters. I can see why maybe people don't enjoy it because they're like Daniel, it was about what was it?
I found like the secondhand embarrassment was too much with Michael sometimes. Like he
Mm-hmm,
really like it was a show that pushed the boundaries, and I just couldn't get into that kind of
mm-hmm.
comedy.
Yeah.
Which is fact. I'm just not someone for that comedy. That doesn't mean it's a bad show.
Mm.
My brother's watching it. He's enjoying.
Yeah, I got other people into the show. Someone who maybe watched Community, which was would have been on this list if other stuff went better than it, because that's a great show. They actually also really enjoyed Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, The
really
Office,
good.
I love it. There's so many
Incredibly.
iconic episodes and scenes. I think season 4, no, season 2 to about 5, some of my favorite seasons of TV ever. And yeah, if you've somehow never seen this show, at least like tried it out or something, then you're missing out. It's on
People,
Netflix right now, so
yeah, people have
I highly
definitely seen
recommend
it just through like in like social media like
it. Yeah, it
clips.
got me through
That's
the
why I
second
enjoy it.
lockdown was when I started watching it, and I rewatched it so many times. I've also got my parents onto it as well, which is nice because it means we're not watching Friends anymore.
My
Which,
mum can't stand Michael.
mm.
It's just not her cup of
Well, my
tea.
parents are weird. They prefer season 8 to 9. They like it's like
Oh,
what?
I gave up. Like that's
Like
where
the
I just
only good
stopped
episode out of
watching.
those 2 seasons is the finale, which is amazing. I'm glad they pulled it off. But other than that, like hell no.
You
They
know,
said doo doo.
Office.
Yeah.
I think at the end, like the main bit that kept me going was like Jim and Dwight. I loved them.
Oh yeah, they're also great. All the side characters are also. I do
Yeah.
think they go, at least just for the entire show, they do get a bit. They act really
Dale.
brain dead at the end. It's weird. They act really stupid,
Hmm.
which is just like
They
no.
kind of
That's why
go
I
from
don't like the last 2 seasons
dumbed down
because
humor.
yeah, like Kevin starts
Yeah.
joking about eating a baby. It's like what?
Oh,
No.
it's
That's just
because he's
stupid.
fat, guys. It's because
Yeah,
he's fat. Yeah, no,
but
that's
I
what I
still
love
love those
about.
first 7 seasons.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
fair. Right.
Isaac. No, Daniel.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
completely lost.
The finale.
Number one.
Again, a comfort one. This is left field from like a lot of stuff that's been on this list. This is my other side of like enjoying TV. This is one I watched a couple years ago, and it's a like anime rom-com. This is like one of my favorite genres.
Wow.
Like I go from action to rom-com like way too often,
Mhm.
and it's a Horimiya. It's just a really wholesome anime, and I think I watched it on the butt end of watching like Edge Runners, Jujutsu Kaisen, like
Mhm.
shit like that. So I've gone from depression to like a really wholesome thing, and a few other like animes which end like quite depressing, like Your Lie in April broke me.
Yeah.
Anohana, yeah, but yeah. So it was nice to have something wholesome. I think that definitely like bumped it up in my brain. But I
Mhm.
also found a lot of the characters like they all have a relatable trait, and it is just really nice like to watch. You just get it kind of.
Yeah.
And as I say, I'm a sucker for rom-coms, so the animation's also really good. I like a lot of the music in it as well, especially that final episode. Like the track that plays then is eternally burned into my mind,
Mhm.
and like the ending sentence, it's just really good. I'd recommend it if you enjoy this type of anime. Horimiya, baby. That is my number one.
Fair enough. Isaac.
My number one is a show that I've grown up with my
I know
whole
exactly
life.
what it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's The Walking Dead. Um,
Ooh.
it's my favorite show of all time. I wouldn't say it's the best show. There are definitely some episodes which could probably be considered some of the best episodes of TV, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Um, season 7, episode 1, I'd definitely put on there, and the pilot episode as well. I know Nathan, you watched that, you really enjoyed it.
The pilot is
Um,
amazing.
yeah, the pilot episode is really good.
Mhm.
Um, despite everything that went on behind the scenes in season 2, the divergence from the comics in season 3 and 4, just the entirety of season 5, everything after that, it still remains one of my favorite shows. I wish it was still going on, but I do understand why they had to end it. The spin-offs are good, but I don't think anything will beat the first like 6 seasons of The Walking Dead. It is just like my favorite show, and I mean, no matter what people say about it, I always find myself enjoying it. It's just one of them shows I grew up with. I started watching it when I was like 11 or 10, so
Mm.
I literally, I was waiting each year for the season, and as I was growing. So as I grew,
Mhm.
I grew with the characters, if that makes sense. So that's why it's my number one, um, and my favorite show of all time.
Yeah, absolutely valid.
Now it's time for mine, which me and Daniel actually have a similar first place. It's my favorite anime, and it's my favorite show,
Yeah.
which is also a
Mhm.
rom-com. Kaguya-sama: Love is War. Holy peak! This shit's fucking awesome. Every single episode is amazing. Season 2 and 3 are masterpieces. Like when I was rewatching, when I was watching season 3 for the first time, there was not a single episode that was below a 9. It's just that good. Like fucking all the characters are amazing, and the opening is a bang. Daddy Daddy Do. Whew, banger. Got
Ooh,
that stuck in
that
your
does
head
honestly.
earlier,
I
Daniel.
had that. I had that stuck in my head at work.
Like it's so good. I love all the characters, and like how I love how they grow. Because the first season is very much like all the episodes are split into like two parts, and two very separate stories, which it's fun. It's funny, but I think when season 2 comes around and they link those two together, and Kaguya she gets more development, that's when it's like, oh yeah, we experiencing peak right here. And the dub is awesome. The narrator is so fucking cool. I love him so much. But yeah, everything's great about this show. If you've not seen Love Is War, yeah, it's 3 seasons long. It's absolutely amazing. I wish we got season 4, but I don't believe we are. So I'm going to read the manga, which I don't mind. But yeah, Kaguya-sama: Love Is War. It's the greatest show on this entire list. Yeah.
Disagree, horror me, baby. But right, that I think that finishes our top 10 shows.
Mhm.
Yes,
A lot of range.
Yeah.
very
we,
much.
we, are, we have very diverse palettes, I've come to realize.
Mhm. But that's what's
But
so
yeah,
great.
no. And honestly, I see all the reason behind all the shows.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. The ones I probably like out of you guys' list that I probably didn't connect with
Star
as much.
Trek.
He's probably Star Trek, yeah. But that's like not saying it's bad or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. But still, that is absolutely valid, and your reasoning for it is completely fair. And what you said about Walking Dead, how you grew up with it, I'm coming to think, I can't think of a show that I grew up with.
It was
I,
SpongeBob for
Yeah,
me.
it's because my mum really enjoyed it, so she was like, "Oh, I'll introduce it to my child who hasn't hit puberty yet," and
Don't think that bit was.
and I also really enjoyed it. So we just sort of watched it together
Mhm.
as it released.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think, is there anything? 'Cause obviously, Pokemon's like the easy one, but even then, I
Yeah.
didn't watch consistent
I'm
like
surprised
you
I didn't
probably
put.
did.
Well, I'm not surprised that I didn't put One Piece on here, but that's just because I was a
I'm
manga reader.
surprised.
I read the
I'm
manga.
surprised.
I'm watching the newer episodes because the animation's fucking insane. Well, I say newer. It's not out anymore. But yeah, it's because I read the manga and I know the pacing's pretty bad and the animation dipped a lot.
Oh,
So
damn.
that's why. And the manga's better. So just read that instead.
Damn.
But not to
Right.
say it's bad. But yeah. So
Right. Anyone
That
else got
show's
any
done.
comments or?
Yeah, I'm done.
It's time
All right.
for the segment.
Well, actually,
Woo!
I've got one little thing
Oh,
that we could cook up
rewind.
that did come out this week, and I thought would be a little fun one to do. This might just be me who's interested in this, but Spotify Wrapped came out this week,
Oh, I was
Oh
gonna
yeah.
mention this, but I forgot.
and I was wondering if anyone else wanted to dive into this with me.
We're gonna talk about our Spotify. We could talk about the podcast because we got that as well.
Well, yeah, we got the podcast, so obviously it's our first ever time getting a creator Wrapped. None of us do music or podcast for
Mhm.
this. So yeah, I just saw the notification. I downloaded all the screenshots, and we just want to say thank you, guys.
Yeah,
It felt weird getting like all those documents.
we should show them.
Yep. We'll
Top
put the
I have a
episode.
notification
feeling
out.
that won't change. The
Mhm.
weirdness of it won't change for a while.
Well, I'm
Oh
more
yeah,
concerned about stuff later on. So we'll go to top episode for us was my
Nathan's Game of
Astrobot
the Year's
episode.
arrived. The Astrobot episode. What else happened in that episode? You mentioned
Daniel came on, and that
Yux,
to our
okay.
Arcane season 2 or
Um,
something, I believe it was.
we probably talked. Oh, I went on my whole tangent about art.
Oh, I think I remember
Yeah,
that. But yeah, it was
we had
the
quite
Astrobot.
we had quite a bit in that episode. To
Mhm.
be fair, of, like little things.
Listener
Yeah.
age brackets, and that's pretty boring.
hmm
That was
Yeah.
so.
Obviously, most people are around our age range.
And from the United
For
Kingdom.
yeah, the 14% though, 45 to 54. I
Hello,
think
45 to 50. What was it?
I swear we have like one
54 year
listener
olds.
who was in like the 68 range. I remember seeing.
I don't know. I'm more confused about the my listeners also loved. The rest is
Oh yeah,
history. Sherlock and Co. and the chat-in.
I've never heard of any
I
of
I
these.
I was looking. I did it on. I was showing Callum it, and there was a lot of political podcasts on
Oh
there, which
no,
is a bit
that's
weird.
literally what we literally make an effort to steer away from half of
So
that.
yeah, that's the entire point of it. Just close off from all that and just gush about
Hmm.
gaming and stuff. But
I guess
yeah,
people want to go to us for like the break from
yeah.
politics.
My
And then
favorite political
no.
opinion:
No, no,
Apex
no, 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 no,
Legends
no.
is better than Titanfall 3.
Okay,
Oh, now
kill
you just know that's
yourself.
wrong. You just know in your heart that's wrong. That hurt.
That
There is like your bowels are like twisting, bro. You're gonna get divine punishment.
I just shit myself.
we're booting you from the podcast now. That is
Yeah,
despicable to say.
Callum, get on it.
A
Who's
creative
waiting for
personality. Conser-
conversationalist? I have no idea what that honestly means to us. That makes less sense than that Spotify thing they did for like months.
Yeah.
But yeah, and our average rating 4.7. Thank you guys. And Butterworth
Butterworth load
probably
us.
break that down. Yep.
Well, I mean, do
But
you want
yeah,
to go your actual Spotify Wrapped or just the podcast?
I'll happily go through my own. Let me just load
Do
them
you want
up
to,
on my
Isaac?
archive.
I don't care.
I'll just talk about like the general points. I won't go like super deep dive into.
We'll do that then. We'll do that.
Let's pull
Yeah.
mine up.
So if I pull mine up, so it's obviously Spotify Wrap came out 4th of December. I've been waiting so goddamn long. I think like probably like one of the things me and Nathan would discuss each day was like, man, I'm still waiting for Spotify Wrap.
I fell off this
But
year.
yeah,
I didn't do.
uh,
My minutes was last year was in the 70,000s. Now
I
it's
don't think
25k.
mine's even lower this year because I started using the Samsung Music. I may or may not have downloaded music instead of
I mean, I
using
switched to YouTube
subscription.
Music, which is
I've
why.
got a job now, so I'm probably gonna stick with Spotify now. But yeah, minutes listened, I got 28,000.
Nice. I
What
have
about you guys?
5,000.
mine was 24,181. So
Very nice. And that, alright, so yeah, Nathan wins in that department. And my top song was Hardest to Beat. It's a song from Phantom Liberty. It's not really a spoiler for anything, it's just a vibe on us.
I had
We're a total of 89 times.
His World from Sonic 06. Top
No,
0.01% of listeners globally.
I only got
So,
0.05. How many times
My
was
number
that?
one.
oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I
did not
can
tell you
check now.
total
My
stream.
number one was Infinite Being from Stellaris. Along with my number 2, number 3, and number 5 were all Stellaris songs. So
I think I
So
had
we all got like one of our favorite games, like as a top track.
yeah.
yeah,
I find that
Actually, when
great.
can I see? Is this it? Hang on.
Yeah, the rest of my songs were just songs from Ben Schuler's new album.
Oh, here we go. I listened to it. Is it gonna tell me? Just tell me the title of the song. Yep. Yep. Okay. Top listener. It's just not telling me.
Oh, have you just not got them all
Oh,
downloaded?
79 times starting on January 2nd.
Yeah, I beat you there. I got 89 starting. It didn't tell
And
me
then I got
because I downloaded them.
The Gentlemen is my top artist, who, if you don't know, is Moist Critical's group.
Yeah, now my top artist, you guys will never guess this. For the fourth year in a row, I've got Ben Schuler.
21 Pilots. Oh.
Top 0.005 listeners worldwide, which is less than last time, so I'm just myself.
Mm.
My number 1, number 2, and number 5 artists are all Paradox Interactive, or people who have worked with Paradox Interactive on Stellaris music.
Mm-hmm. I had The Gentlemen,
So,
Dua Lipa, Crush 40, Sega Sound Team, and James Marriott. It's my. What was my? Actually,
I
do I have any
got
more Sonic songs in it?
I also have
7.
C418 in there as well.
nice. Yeah, I've got a couple of game ones in it. So my number one's obviously Ben Schuler. Number two is One Heart. He does wave ambient. I
Mm-hmm.
just I put it on when I'm going to sleep. Kind of. I like. Number three is Maroon 5. No surprise, grew up on them. And then my number 4 and 5 are both game comp.
Mm-hmm.
4, we have Gareth Coker, composer of the Ark soundtrack, which fucking slaps, so that's no surprise. And then number 5, P.T. Adamczyk, who did the Cyberpunk soundtrack. So yeah, no one's surprised about those.
Yeah.
So yeah,
7
that's our
ranks in hand. Why
Spotify.
is that there?
And Nathan, what's your top 5?
Artists or songs? I've already said my
Artists.
artists.
Oh, have you done your
Gentlemen,
artists?
Dua
Oh, yeah,
Lipa, Crush
Gentlemen, yeah,
40, Sega Sound Team, and James Marriott.
Oh, have you not said your top 5 songs?
Oh, I had His World, this is my top. I Am Truth,
Mhm.
Perfect Oblivion, 7 Ranks in Hand, and Training Season.
Are those all Sonic?
No, the I Am Truth and Perfect Oblivion are Gentlemen, and then Training Season was
Oh, okay.
Dua Lipa.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've not heard that
My
one yet.
songs
Actually. I might
are
do a promo for it.
Infinite Being, Nemesis main theme, To the End of the Universe, Feel It from Invincible,
Hell yeah.
and Battle for Supremacy.
That's such a weird selection.
It's just like randomly in
Yeah,
there. It's a
don't know why
vibe to be
it's
fair
just
though.
there.
Someone keep like D4VD and like pronounce it David or is it just D4DVD?
Dave.
Yeah, okay, Dave, right.
And
What
my
there's a D at the end, isn't there?
top
No,
podcasts,
anyway.
AFK
Oh.
was my second top podcast. What?
Oh, yeah, I don't
Was
listen to
below the
podcasts and
bonus
forget
points. Extra credit.
Joe Rogan podcast.
that. Oh no.
What? That was your top one.
No,
Oh,
I
my-
don't listen to
Oh.
podcasts.
Yeah, so but, my top songs are hardest to be, which I've said. Number 2 was Surrounded by Ben Schuler. Number 3 was Two Sides of the Same Coin by Ben Schuler. Number 4 was Let Me Go
Ben Schuller?
by Ben Schuler. And number 5, I still love Chicago. You will never guess by who.
Marshmallow.
Correct, no, Ben Schuler.
Yeah.
Bro,
So
I
yeah,
need
and
to
then the
literally
weirdest thing about this year was the and then like it picked a random month here, and it like put like 3 random
I got called a
words
mole
together.
goth from that because of Shadow the
Yeah.
Hedgehog soundtrack. It said mole
I
goth
got
vocal video game track.
I got cyberpunk synthesizer electroclash, 1920s shonen nerdcore,
Oh, I
and then
got
surf
manga.
crush Hollywood pop.
It was like shonen manga anime. It was one of mine. You just
Yeah,
change some of
that's
stuff.
definitely the weirdest feature of this like year's Spotify Wrapped. Like I don't get what it's supposed to say.
Because you replaced the personalities or whatever it was thing. That
Yeah.
was it.
I guess they're just trying to make a way for like people to like, oh hey, they have a similar thing. This
It's
is
fair
an
enough
easier
to
way to
make it
share it.
unique, I guess, every year
Oh
in
yeah,
some way. But
absolutely.
yeah.
Either way, that's like one of my highlights of the year. I love sharing my music like taste with everyone. Not.
Actually, what was
So I
my?
just thought it'd be fun to
Because I
do
got my
one
YouTube
podcast.
music as well, which I switched
Oh
to.
yeah. I didn't get a YouTube recap because I found out because I had like a big issue with like running slow, and I heard one of the best ways to just keep your like history cache empty. I've got auto delete 3 months on, so I didn't get a YouTube recap.
Oh no, it's gone.
I mean, it's my top ones were probably like More Sidemen, Grian. Those are definitely in my top. But then the other stats, I have no bloody. Maybe
It's
that's a
gone.
good thing.
I know I had like Crush 40 in there who do the Sonic music, but I can't find it. Oh, well, so that was Spotify Wrapped.
Yep.
Thanks
Fun
for
little
listening.
inclusion to
If you somehow
know
listen
a
to
bit more
Spotify,
about
which we
us.
never ever promote because we forget. So,
Yeah, we
why
are
do that?
terrible with that.
Click
I
the link
used to, but
tree.
then yeah. Just share it around if people put it on if you're like
What are
going
we
out
on
for a
now?
walk or a run. This will be the segments. We finish the rewind.
Segment.
Yes.
We have.
Right.
You don't have an indie game, do you, this week? I didn't write it down as if you did.
No, it's next
Okay,
week.
yeah. So we have Dan's Deal Dive.
Hell
Dan's
yeah,
Deal
right.
Dive.
These are on Steam. Whether they will be on console, I cannot tell you. These guys are your console guys. I'm your
Wait,
PC
let's hope
guy.
that's on Steam because obviously we had to delay the episode.
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
sure they will
I
be.
think they are. I'm fairly sure they are. The first one is one I have actually just purchased the other day. Pal World is 25% off, and honestly, probably the best time to get it before whatever happens.
Yeah.
25% off. It's a open world survival craft game with Pokemon and guns. That's pretty much all you need to know. And from this, it's one of the most highly reviewed games on Steam, and I'm looking forward to playing it. Honestly, I've been considering making a video. Like, I'm not sure if I do though. Like, I'm thinking about it. If I can be asked to, I'll record it either way.
I got Game Pass
Yeah.
recently, but Indiana
Yeah.
Jones, so I can cloud
Is the
stream.
Game Pass one caught up?
I don't know. I mean,
So
I
last
probably
time I
won't play it,
checked, it
but
was in the early access still.
well, since
So
it's on
not all
Steam,
the
it's in
features
early
are in.
access. So
Yeah, well, yeah, but an earlier version
okay, I don't
before
know.
the point one,
I don't
or
keep
whatever
up
it
with this
is.
game at all.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. I enjoyed what I played last. It wasn't as polished as the Steam one. Number 2 is a game that we can all recommend. I'm not sure if I've, but I might as well because I got a couple of my friends from uni to get it. Red Dead Redemption 2 is
Peak
67% off, and it is
fiction.
essentially a really good tech demo with a fucking phenomenal narrative just slapped on top. Like the characters and the story is great. Like it's really good. Like obviously there are bits where it's a slow burn, but you'll probably have the patience and perseverance to push through. By that point, you will be invested enough to like get past it. Because I think we discussed it. It's probably like towards the end, kinda, and that.
Yeah, everyone
What's the
people
island
say,
bit?
oh, like
Yeah,
Guama.
yeah, Guama. That section's like
That bit is
a
a bit
bit
of a.
slow. Yeah,
I mean,
but
for some
overall, it is a
people, I've seen people talk about the defending it. They're like, for people who play Red Dead Redemption 1, everyone on that island is who John hunts down in that game. So it's kind of
no,
like. So I think people who played Red Dead 1 maybe prefer that to people who played 2. Because I haven't
maybe.
played 1 yet. But
Yeah, I started to play
I
one
didn't
as
hate
well. I
combat. It
know
was
the
just.
rest.
Like, it has the.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Usually
didn't
she
hate
spoke
it. It was just a
Spanish.
bit. It was just a slower bit, which I
But yeah.
wasn't as interested in as the rest of it.
But it is a
But yeah,
phenomenal
it's
story. It's one of the
a
greatest
really
game stories
and
ever.
it's really impressive with a lot of the technologies that like and say it performs well on old gen.
And it has Arthur Morgan in it.
Oh
Good to
yeah, no,
go.
Roger Clark fucking gives it. Well, all the cast give it. They do a phenomenal. So yeah, can't recommend that game enough. And finally, is a game that I can't remember if Nathan's played this with us, but I know Isaac definitely. I think you have. It's The Escapist 2. It's
Oh,
75%
I played the
off.
first Escapist.
What a game.
It's a really fun, goofy ass game. Like you can do a bunch of stupid shit, work together, work against each other, try something stupid, like reap the consequences. I'd highly recommend it if you just want a fun little
Discover
time.
aliens.
Even if you're only going to play it for maybe a few hours, like
New taste
75%
of
off it
hell.
is dirt cheap, and you'll probably end up coming back to it at least some point.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. And that is Dan's Deal Dive. I don't know if you guys have spotted anything on your consoles of choice that you think
No,
was worth
the
mentioning.
PlayStation 30th anniversary sale is on right now.
That is
So
true.
I don't know if it's
There's
still
a
going,
lot of games
but
on that.
yeah, that's a lot of
There you
big
go.
There's
PlayStation
a
games.
lot.
Well, there you go,
So
people on PlayStation. There's somewhere you can
you've
hunt for that
somehow
game
never
you've been wanting
played
to play,
the
but
exclusives.
not been too sure for the price. And also, if you're like me and hate paying full price for games in the modern day anyway, fucking hate the price. Obviously, I understand why it is, but that still doesn't make me dislike it.
Yeah.
On Xbox, there's quite a few sales still. I don't think there's any like major.
Will be
I mean,
Christmas
Hogwarts
sales soon.
Legacy
So
is
That's a game.
75% off.
That's
Other
a
than
fun
that, there's
game.
not really any major games I can see. So, I'd just have a look if you're on Xbox, I'd say. Forza 4, I can see that. That is
get
Yep.
that.
Very
80%
important
off.
mention again. I think we did mention it last night,
Yeah.
but buy
Yeah.
it before it's gone. It gets delisted at the end of the 14th. Like, go grab it
Yeah.
because the second that date hits the 15th, it's gone for good.
And it's
We can
peak.
guarantee.
I bought it a couple of months ago, like literally all of it. I think for £6.
I bought it on
Nice.
Steam,
Everything,
and then I
all
couldn't
the
get
game
it.
content.
Yeah, I bought standard edition on Steam.
And then I bought the
Probably
Xbox
should
One
have
because
got
I wanted
the
my
premium
garage.
version, but they don't sell it as a separate package, so I'd have to be paying full price again. But yeah, grab it quick
It's a banger.
because
Definitely get it.
after this, the only way to get it will be old keys, which people are most likely going to stockpile to
Or
resell. So you'll
discs.
be looking for CD keys, G2A, or discs. Yeah, as Nathan just said, discs. Like, those will be the only ways you can get it, which supply. So
Even
yeah, if
though
you like racing games or just want a chill game or even a competitive game, grab it.
even though Xbox is trying to move away from discs. So,
Hmm.
but screw them. Fuck them.
Yep,
Don't fuck them.
middle finger.
Well, I guess yeah, fuck them.
This is available on Steam, Xbox, both the PC version of the Xbox app and the actual Xbox console itself. I don't think it's going to be on PS5. Obviously, it's getting delisted, but I
Yeah.
think Forza 5 will be.
Or 6.
And I don't know if it's on any other launchers. I would assume not on PC.
I don't know.
It could possibly. I don't think it's on Epic Games. I've not seen it.
Don't think so.
It might be on GOG, but yeah,
Don't know.
these are the primary platforms. And if you're on PC, you might as well have all of them anyway. So yeah, and yeah, I think that concludes the deal dive.
All right. Well, last segment, everyone. What we've been
Mhm.
doing. Who'd like to go
Uh,
first? I don't mind going first,
I
but
can go first if you
all right,
want.
Daniel.
Well, I've actually been playing this entire time I've been recording.
I
I'm
saw.
playing Hunter Call of the Wild. It was on sale. I enjoyed this game. It's just a little chill hunting game, and yeah, it's just really fun. Not much else to say there. Like I've been really enjoying my time on it, and I've also been playing a few other games. So Outer Wilds, I actually started playing yesterday. I'm about an hour into it, and it's actually really fun. I didn't expect the direction it was going in. We'll definitely get more on that. Well, I need to try and do it as soon as I can, else I think my lecturer is going to kill me.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. I have also been playing Ready or Not quite a bit. Not multiplayer this time. I've been playing mostly single player, and I'm enjoying it. I'm getting A stars on like, the ranking stuff. It's really fun, like tactical shooter. Marvel Rivals. I know I said that we were talking about this at the start, but I've actually played a bit more since we had that discussion after we failed the episode. Like we kind of just hopped on that, and I had a lot of fun playing Cloak and Dagger. That's like my kind of play style, switching between a more support based and more damage based, like support time thing.
Moira.
No daggers. Actually, wait, they are homing, but they're not like continuous beam hits type thing. They still travel.
What about
I
Cloak's
enjoyed it
damage?
though.
Isn't Cloak's
Cloak, it's like a
kind of
beam, but I
low?
don't think it locks on it. Just goes to where your reticle is.
Oh.
So yeah, they kind of like mix and match a bit. And then, but my favorite part is the abilities. So there's two walls you can throw. One's like offensive, one's a healing one. One boosts healing on your teammates, the other blinds the enemy. It's really fun, and also makes them vulnerable, which is why I was yelling, "Target this character! Target this character!" And then like there's the invisibility thing, which took you forever to realize was what I was doing. And then there's also a healing over time. And there was another thing, but I've completely forgotten what. Oh yeah, no, I've been practicing guitar. I got a guitar.
Play us
So
something.
yeah, go on. Let me go grab it. You guys can. I'll do that at the end.
I'll do
You guys can do
my
your section.
what we've
Yeah.
been doing
Let me
then.
go set up.
So
Right.
I have been playing in preparation for the Game Awards in about 5 days. Not 5 days, sorry, like 3 or 4. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, Isaac, I know you're a very big Final Fantasy fan, aren't you? Isaac's not even here, so that's great. And of course, this is nominated for Game of the Year. Got a story nomination and stuff. So I thought, why not play it? I've owned it for a few months now. I've owned it since like April, and I'm enjoying it. I'm chapter 8 or 9, I believe, and still need to get into more. I've also been playing Marvel Rivals, as I said at the start of the episode with our thoughts slash review, and it's fun, enjoying it. This morning was the launch of Indiana Jones, which I've started playing, and hopefully I can beat it by this weekend. Maybe I can slip in a
Oh no.
review. I'm enjoying Indiana Jones actually. Granted, my
It looks
expectations
alright.
were like a 6 out of
Bottom
10,
of the floor.
but
Yeah, no, I saw you been playing that, and
it
I
was
was
actually.
curious
I'm
how you
playing it
finding
through
it.
cloud gaming, so I won't talk about like performance and stuff in my
Performance,
review.
yeah.
But it's actually really good, the performance.
Oh, damn.
Xbox, I think I might have dissed them when they were doing the cloud gaming stuff, but they are pretty good at it. Like, it runs very well.
And to say
And the
that's on the
connection's great.
UK's like
Oh, yeah.
framework. We have shit framework here in the UK if you don't know.
So, that's good. I'm excited to get more into that. It's very much a slower pace Uncharted, and the first person is actually not that bad. Like, from all the gameplay trailers, it looked pretty weird, but when you actually play the
Very
game,
static.
yeah, when you play the game, it's a lot better. So,
Okay.
yeah, and obviously I like the Indiana Jones films, so the first three. And I mean, I guess I started a new playthrough of Persona 5. Oh, that's it. Don't think I've really been playing
Nice.
anything else.
You know, I
So,
feel like there was something I wanted to mention, but I've forgotten it.
if not Isaac, you can
Mm-hmm.
do yours.
So this week I've been playing Marvel Rivals. That is pretty much it. I've been doing a lot of editing and stuff. The Star Trek Online video will be releasing within the week. I'm also going to be working on a project for the podcast, which me, Daniel, and Dominic recorded the other week.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan, I will let you know when we're doing your bit for it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't really played loads besides Marvel Rivals. Groot is the best character, no
No.
denying that, and there's no like argument there. So I think we can all agree on that. Film wise, I haven't watched any films, but I have been watching Arcane actually. I finished the
Ooh,
first season
finally.
last night. Um, I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't say it's like best ever, but I wouldn't say it is like it doesn't really it hasn't missed yet. I don't think there's any episode which has been really boring. Um, maybe besides episode two, I found episode two a bit but that's probably because I was still getting into it a bit. Um, but yeah, I'll probably watch a couple more episodes of that tonight. Overall, I'm enjoying it. Other than that, haven't really done much else. Had quite a busy week, so with
Fair dude.
editing, and I've been out, so yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yep.
Apart from the editing bit, mine's just union work, so.
We can hear, so you
Right.
turned off noise suppression, I'm guessing.
Yep, I've turned off noise suppression to try and get the guitar picked up.
Well,
This is going to be awful, by the way. I literally learned these chords this morning. I'm going to mess up for sure.
it'd be right.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, on my electric guitar, here's Wonderwall.
The cutting out.
Yep, it's not picking
This
it
is
up in the slightest,
this is like
maybe.
peak
Keep going. I'll
quality.
sing for you. I'll
Yeah.
sing for you.
Alright, can you actually hear it? Because it's so
Not right
absolutely
now.
nothing is being picked up. Yeah, just
Today's
start like halfway
comes,
through there.
and we're
I'll
gonna
try.
throw it back to you.
It's not plugged into an amp
Time.
either, so it's literally just the guitar.
You can be
Oh,
the guy that says, "You ladies want to
also
hear
no.
Wonderwall?" You're gonna be him. You're gonna be the annoying college guitar dude.
Hell yeah.
The
Well, I
guitar
mean, of
pro.
course, everyone associates Wonderwall with electric guitar, man. Come
Oh,
on now.
exactly.
It's the
Hang on,
most
ladies.
like
Let me set
epic
my
thing
amp.
you
There
can
we go. Okay, we'll leave you off with a
Oh, fuck this.
cutting out
Cut
a
the out
microphone
bit.
of guitar with
Fuck it.
Wonderwall.
Oh, that's the wrong
That.
key. Yep, it's not picking it up, and that string is fucked.
We're picking that up. I don't know
They
what it was
sent me a
though.
fucking faulty thing. Oh, it's supposed to be a Chainsaw Blood's little intro, but
Ah.
fucking you play it on the sixth string, and my sixth string's like bugging out. Like, can you hear this noise?
Oh yeah.
Horrible. Yeah, no, I don't know how to fix it. If anyone's a guitar player and has made it to this far in the episode, let me know how the fuck I fix it. Pissing me off. I mean, hopefully it'll be sorted on Thursday. I'm gonna have my sound lecturer look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, else I'm scuppered and it's pissing me off.
Okay. Well, that's
Right.
everything. Thank you all
Oh, shit.
very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed Daniel's song.
Hell yeah.
And
I'll just send like a fucking like version of me recorded that I actually pick it up for you to stick over.
we will be back for the after the
In the
Game
cafe
Awards,
though.
where we will discuss
Oh yeah,
thoughts
that'd
on
be
what
next
won,
episode.
what we thought should, oh, and then the announcements and stuff, and maybe, like I said earlier, Maybe I'll sneak in an Indiana Jones review if I beat it, of course.
And maybe I'll sneak in an Outer Wilds review.
So,
I'll smell like
but yeah,
mate.
that's everything. Anyone else got anything to say before we leave?
I think Isaac does.
Well,
Hold on, where's the soundboard?
What?
No, I won't play any of those.
the only thing I've got to say is once again, thank you everybody for watching, or listening at least.
We love you.
Well, your
Yeah.
Star Trek video. Do you wanna?
My Star Trek video. I mentioned it earlier. Yeah. Wednesday, 5 p.m. It's releasing.
British time.
British time. Well, Greenwich Mean Time, which is British time, but you know.
Mm.
Greenwich. But yeah. Anyway, I've enjoyed doing it. I will be streaming Ancestors for you who are watching this probably yesterday and then on Friday as
Yesterday?
well.
You mean like Monday? I'm gonna get this up on
Well,
Monday.
yeah. Oh, if you're getting this out on Monday, then I'll probably
It'll
have
be later
streamed
on in the
it
day though.
by the time this comes
Yeah.
out. So,
Go watch the VOD.
yeah, I will be working on that from now on. Also, the next major event for AFK channel, doing that. Yeah, that's it really.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I still can't think of what that one thing I was thinking of to say, but oh well.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.